And welcome to Don't Kill My Character presents Superhero Shenanigans, a Mutants and Masterminds adventure sponsored by Green Ronin Publishing. The song that you were hearing on the starting loop, if you're watching live on Twitch, maybe I'll leave that in for the YouTube for once. And now is our new theme song that was written by our cast member Jackie, who plays Mecha Ogre in Gabe. So thank you so much. Huge shout out to Jackie. If you want to hear more of Jackie's music, he's in a band, the 629s. Go find that where you find music and listen to more. But we have theme music now. I'm so excited about that. That's so cool. I am going to make a few more announcements at the top of the show while I'm in announcements brain. Then I'll pass it around to my cast to introduce themselves. And we're going to get our story started. And there is a empty box next to me where hopefully Yuri will be joining us later. Now then, as I said before, this is the Mutants and Masterminds game sponsored by Green Ronin Publishing, the publishers and creators of Mutants and Masterminds. And if you would like any of your own Green Ronin content, there's two ways to get it from our stream. The first is to use our code Superhero Shenanigans in the Green Ronin online store. You get 5% off anything you buy in there, and we get a commission as a channel. The second way to get some stuff is to type giveaway in the Twitch live chat. If you're watching the Twitch live chat, and you're going to be entered to win free PDFs of the Basic Heroes Handbook for Mutants and Masterminds and the Reign of Cats and Dogs Adventure module. Did I say there were only two ways to get stuff? Well, there's a third way, because this Saturday, June 21st, is Free RPG Day, and Green Ronin Publishing is a sponsor of that as well. They have the Expanse Quick Start Guide, the Expanse Transport Union Edition, and I have my ad copy to read again. I forgot my backwards baseball cap again, so imagine I am wearing a backwards baseball cap, and I'm gonna hit you guys with this incredible ad read from Troy of Green Ronin. It's plausible that someone might not be aware of the Expanse RPG Transport Union Edition, especially if that person in question is actually a tall stack of poop. You clearly aren't a tall stack of poop, because you have a plan to stop by your participating friendly local gaming store for Free RPG Day on Saturday, June 21st, to grab your copy of the Expanse Transport Union Edition Quick Start. The rest of you, well, we can't be totally sure you're not a tall stack of poop. We will be keeping an eye on you. We won't be fooled again. Now I've read that ad copy twice. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Green Ronin Publishing. Thank you, audience. And then after you've picked up your copy of that on Free RPG Day, and you're like, gee, I want to see people play this game, come back here at 7 p.m., because we're going to play it. We're going to use some of the characters. We're going to show you how it's done. But I'll talk about that more at the end of the show, because I've done a lot of top of show preloading announcements, and I really want to get to playing this wonderful game. So I'm going to pass it around to the awesome people I get to share this screen with. Tell me your name. Tell me your pronouns. Tell me a little bit about the character you're playing tonight. And then let's have some shenanigans. That nose goes means Claude, do you not want to go first? Okay, well, I never have to go first. Extell and Grant just aren't playing the nose goes game. Okay, Grant,
they're above it. They're like, no.
They're like, we will go first.
I go when I'm called upon.
Alright, well, I'm calling upon Grant.
Okay. It's because I'm a teacher's pet, huh?
Yeah.
My name's Grant. I'm at Meredith. Most socials, he, him pronouns, same as Revenant, my character, who is our resident sarcastic, spooky guy. Oh, I almost said a different word and channeled Shannon there for a minute. Next is Extell.
Hello. That is I. And I am me. I am Extell. Pronouns he, him. I'm playing Ember tonight. Pronouns he, him. You can find me here, playing Ember tonight.
Alright. Pass it to Sam.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. I'm Sam. I'm he, him, also. And I play Bertram, also he, him. We're quite boring tonight, but that's okay.
Oh, I hope you won't be boring tonight. Can you like fix that by the time we start playing the game?
I'm gonna just stay boring tonight. So I do podcasts, yeah. I'm just here
well,
to play.
that's for later though. You did
did
the assignment. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
you know, I think I did everything.
You did it. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Claude, do you want me to toss the ball to you now?
Yeah, because I'm making you do the intro later, so you can go from
I
your
will
own
pull that up.
introduction to the intro. So I am Claude, he, him, the game master for this. So I will be wearing many pronouns in character, and I play all the other characters that aren't these lovely folks right here, and I am very excited to bring us back into Emerald City, aka the City of Destiny.
Yes, I am still pulling up because I found the thing. Okay, now I can introduce myself and then I can do our recap. Hi, I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also don't kill my character. I'm the producer of this channel. I'm running tech, so if there's tech wonkiness, let me know. And my pronouns are she, her. I play Marley, aka Tracker, aka sometimes Marlene, also she, her pronouns. And she is having a time. Life is life. Let's talk about the times that all of these people are having with our recap. This is a recap of Superhero Shenanigans issue 14, Entropy. Ember, Slipstream, Revenant, the Speck, and Tracker encounter rising tensions in Emerald City. Revenant has the worst luck with who he checks in on. Junk pile, we will avenge you. Slipstream shares the challenges of being a speedster. Ember goes out looking for trouble and finds it. Tracker struggles to balance her various names and her time. And the Speck opens some new cases and fights a robot? Not a robot. And you're joining us now for issue 15 of Superhero Shenanigans. It's been a while since
It has been a little bit.
It's a good thing we do that every episode, so we're always prepared.
Definitely.
Yeah,
We're so consistent with it.
I definitely was not muted through that at all.
Yeah. Same.
Wild that we have made it to 14 issues. That's like 2 trade paperbacks.
Technically,
Well,
this is 15.
We're working
This
on
is
the
15.
15th right now.
Yeah.
But we haven't made it
Yeah.
through, so I mean,
No,
maybe
no.
you're jinxing us, maybe you're playing it safe. I don't quite know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It could end on issue 15. Tune in. One of these
Right now.
heroes will live.
Okay, don't jinx it like that, please.
One of us will die.
One of
Little bit of channel lore. Don't Kill My Character started with a series called Arcade Encore, which I'd love to bring back sometime. The premise of that series was taking characters from unfinished campaigns and giving them a finished campaign. You may not have heard much about Arcade Encore before because that was a cursed concept, and the last episode of that was, I believe, issue 16, and I was the game master for that, and I had set up like how all of the campaigns really converged and what like the highest stakes of the thing were. And the Sphinx had this riddle about how what is lost is hard to find again. And I jinxed myself. I really did. So don't jinx
I was
us.
supposed to start you saying 16 is the furthest anything has made it.
That is the longest running campaign on the channel. The rest
So
of
if
the
we
campaign,
get to
yeah.
16 and I falter there, it's your fault for bringing this up.
Hey, we're at 15 now, so like we're good. We'll be
Hi, Yuri.
fine.
And just in time to catch the end of the intro.
Oh, Yuri's here. Okay,
If you
I
are
will
able
work
to.
on getting Yuri set up. Can you do
Perfect.
things with other characters?
Absolutely.
Great. Give me a
So-
vibe for music for that and then I'll get Yuri set up.
This is kind of like post combat chill. Everyone's going to be going back to Raven's. Sam, did you just manifest a cup out of the ether? I saw you reach above your camera, and then you had a cup. That did not.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, it's just
Don't worry about
it threw me off.
Sam is a deity confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Manna from heaven.
So
Tastes
yeah,
good.
It has been a short while since you encountered the robotic samurai out in Emerald City. You are back now at Raven's house. I will say everyone converged there, except for Slipstream, who is running around taking care of other crime that seems to be happening in the city. It's been a heated day as far as random fights in the street between criminal organizations. So, back at Ravens, how are y'all doing? Revenant, you had a heck of a time with it, so I'm going to point the spotlight in your direction, even knowing that light is very dangerous for Revenant. How's he doing after he got in a little scrape?
He's probably a little concerned just by how volatile the streets are right now. Seem a little chaotic, which seems to be a theme that's running around.
There is a bit of bedlam, a very common word, happening within the city. I don't know how many times my child has approached me and said, recess was absolute bedlam today. That's a real sentence that happened at me, I promise. Yeah, since getting home, you've been kind of keeping track of the news. There have been other reports of little issues cropping up and kind of being dealt with by the authorities and by a certain speedster. As well as there was mention of like some heroes that you weren't super aware of, at least one that intervened in a battle before things continued. Yeah, so it's kind of quiet now. There's nothing to rush to, but yeah, it's definitely a heightened state today, and we are probably mid-afternoon at this point.
I probably would be spending my time looking for the more major issues and texting them to Slipstream so she knows where to go.
Gotcha. Being a little bit of the guy in the chair here.
Oh yeah.
I like it. Bertram, how's about yourself?
So we're back at the mansion.
Yep, back at
We
Ravens.
just remind me what we just did. I'm blanking on.
There was
what
a
just
fight at a sushi bar involving robo samurais.
I
that were
didn't
people.
murder a man.
You did not murder a man, but you did
Okay.
injure a man pretty badly.
No,
Thinking
he's
he was a
fine.
robot.
So Bertram would be then at the workshop looking over the new blueprints he just received.
Yeah, roll me tech, or unless you've got an expertise you think applies more, I will let you roll a technology check here.
I have I don't think I have any expertise.
What? Oh, it's true, because you're just all investigation. You don't.
I'm just a man.
Oh, you have expertise. You have a little expertise magic now, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll use expertise magic.
You can roll expertise magic if you would like.
Technology is a 22.
22 on it. Yeah, getting a good look at this. It seems that this was modified from a pre-existing blueprint. It seems that they kind of like acquired this, substituted in their own parts, and made little adjustments so that it could work with both the aesthetic they were doing, but also the materials they had on hand. But just judging from what's kind of been covered over and the schematics that are there, you can see that this is what's known as Watchdog power armor. And seems to be the property of the Deep Six prison here in Emerald City.
Oh,
And
interesting.
they have modified this. You would know this as a prison that is designed to house metahumans. It is called the Deep Six prison because it has like 6 different wards with a scaling danger level for the metahumans within. So you have probably sent people there in the past.
That makes sense. The Deep Six.
Deep Six.
Okay. And while I'm also doing this, I'm kind of doing a couple of things. So I'm looking over those blueprints. I have a lot of my pictures on the table nearby that
Okay.
I took of like crime scenes and such. I have this now for my camera of prop.
Oh, he's got props.
I'm excited.
I give props
And-
to you for bringing props.
Thank you. It's got a lens at the top. So
Ooh.
it's cool. How dare you?
Ooh.
Oh, I thought that was
Damn.
ooh. I thought you were like, oh, that's awesome.
No,
Here, I
I'm
thought
booing
I-
Claude for that joke.
Oh, you weren't booing me. I thought my friend
No,
was
no,
booing my
you're good.
interests. That was
You're good, yeah.
I am doing it now.
third thing I want to be doing, and this is more background because I can't actively do it right now. I want to be looking into this Kosh the Deathless guy
Okay.
because we believe he's one of the 5 fingers.
That is a suspicion.
We have his name, and if he seems related to these not robots I have blueprints for, so they might help me kind of connect some dots.
It's true. It's true. So it seems that he is an enemy of these robo samurais.
He's on the other side of the
competing
samurai.
organizations. Yes.
Ah,
So
yeah, I
you
thought
would
they
be
were
able
buddies.
to tie the name Koshé the Deathless to a group known as the Malakov Mafia. That you've had previous dealings with. They were buying some weapons off of the. Well, you don't know who they were buying them from, but you know that those people had employed the Power Core.
Oh, they hired the Power Core.
They hired the Power
So
Core.
now I've beaten both sides, not robots.
Yep. You've been beating up the enemy / business partners of the Balakov Mafia, so you're kind of tied in with them.
Stop having business partners.
That might be the way to handle it. No partners.
I'm very anti-business partner.
But yeah, you can continue looking into that, and then Ember, you pretty much missed out on the fight. Very sadly, you showed up just in time to kind of scare everyone off, but Bertrum had brutally handled things, along with Slipstream, who had less brutally handled things.
Bertram killed the guy, yeah.
I know what that's a reference to. So what has Ember been doing in the wake of it? You are at the mansion. You've all been hearing news reports. Raven's staff has it kind of easily visible that there's just been issues in the city. Various gangs fighting with each other, being separated by Aegis or the police or Slipstream. None of them are like as blown up as the samurai robots. Most of them are just like people doing gun violences. But you never know when it could get even more extreme than that. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull rank here.
Oh my god!
As
Oh my god. You can do that?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. I'm gonna use my benefit, my local hero status.
Oh, love that.
To try to gain some insight on like basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to if there are small time gangs and other small time criminals doing a bunch more stuff, that means there's a lot more stuff trickling down from the higher tiered ones. So I'm gonna try to use my status as a local hero to try to dig deeper to try to figure out what's going on
Okay.
at a higher criminal tier level, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. I like that. That's a smart way to do it, and a good way to use your benefit local hero as kind of a connected advantage at the same time. So, what? I'll let you decide the relevant skill roll that you could attach to this. So, getting to do this and like going into that information is from the advantage, but pair it with a skill for me so I know how you're just the method to the idea.
Listen,
I shall.
a part of me would say investigation, but I think Ember knows what he's good at, and I think it's intimidation because I think he's kind of being like, I'm Ember, don't mess with me. You know, like...
Absolutely. So is this you hitting the streets and maybe finding one of these fights yourself? Or
Yeah, I think
making
it is.
calls?
I think it is probably me hitting the streets and probably actually like going and talking to some of these like sort of like probably mid-tier criminals to try to figure out what's going on. So they probably know me and I probably know them. I probably busted them a few times. They got out and all those types of deals. I'm like, hey, Tony, Tony, don't play with me, Tony. I'll send you right back. I know you've been avoiding your taxes.
Good old tax evasion Tony, as we call him.
Yeah. TET.
TT. Tax evasion Tony. I'm writing that name down. Maybe it'll be important. So go ahead and roll me that intimidation, and I will say, while everyone else is kind of reconvening at the house, you kind of stopped off on the way to get some answers.
Gotta let off that anger not anger, but frustration for missing 2 no-diff fights. That's a natural 20, baby!
Natural 20.
for 27.
There you go. Let me figure out which gang I want to have you interface with. Tony, tax evasion Tony of the Golden Dragon Society? That's cool. I like it. That's what I have decided on. So you shake down Tony. He God, natural 20. What does that bring your total to?
27.
27?
Plus 7 to intimidation.
That's solid. That is definitely solid. So you run into Tony. You can see he's kind of like, he's with a group, but he tends to kind of separate himself from anything that's like going to be immediately violent. So you see that he's hanging around with some of his guys, and then whenever he sees you, he makes that little distance and kind of walks up to you, and he's like, "Hey, we're keeping things clean here. What are you looking for?"
I just want to know what's going on in the city, Tony. Things are happening, it seems like.
Right. Well, I guess it hasn't been the quietest, has it? Yeah, so the Malakov Mafia has started making some moves. I don't know why. Their leader got real aggressive. We got the bosses kind of handed down that things were getting pretty serious. So every gang in the city, as far as I know, is trying to bring in muscle, metahuman, or otherwise. And yeah, we got our stuff that you don't necessarily need to worry about. But if you want to take someone down, the lone wolves have been causing some issues, and I think they brought some muscle in.
Are you trying to sick me on your opponents, Tony?
I don't know that I would ever do that so boldly. But I like to think we've got a good working relationship here. And I mean, it's been what? At least 5 months since the last time. 3 months. I rounded. Since you rounded the nearest 5. Since I had any trouble.
All right, listen. Just stay out of trouble, and you won't be seeing me. And if you do see me, you're probably in trouble.
Look,
Except for now, I guess.
I'm trying to stay out of trouble. The thing is, everyone's getting real aggressive because it looks like there's going to be a territory grab. We don't exactly know what's going on. They got bold. They got bold.
Expanding borders, or are we talking about new territory?
Expanding. We've all been kind of, jockeying against each other for a long while, and it's stayed pretty even. The lines have been pretty solid for a while here, and I don't know. Here we don't know if he's got more muscle. Is that why he's thinking he can do this kind of stuff? But it's created kind of what was that big conflict? A Cold War type thing where we're all trying to have the biggest bombs.
Well, Tony, you better figure it out. Come back to me with something more, okay? Because I'll tell you what, if I get involved, it's not gonna be cold anymore.
What a cold line. Tony just kind of nods, and you see him you can tell that he's gonna go back to his little group of guys.
But he smokes cigarettes?
He does. He is nervously lighting another one right now, or about to.
I'm gonna reach into his coat pocket and pull out his cigarettes and take one out, and then stick my thumb on the end to light it, and then stick it in his mouth and say, and then I'll slip his cigarette pack back in his coat pocket, and I'll say, You know those things could kill you, right?
I
Watch
got
out, Tony.
first-
I know.
first-
I'll turn around and walk away.
he starts like leaving very quickly from you, kind of like trips a little because you unnerved him quite a bit with that beautiful nat 20. And then yeah, you're able to kind of go home with a little bit more info. Back at the house, you arrive back at the house. Marley, are you ready to exist? Okay. Marley,
Yes.
Leo has returned home. Now everyone's kind of back at the house.
Ember's here.
Tracker's here. Ember's here.
Oh no.
I'm here too. Hella.
Speck is
Someone
here.
that you hadn't been hanging out with today, Quill, is also on the premises. Actually.
If Quill's around, can we get a hello from Yuri?
You know, I think we can actually hop over and get a nice little
Yeah.
hello from our best player. Voted nominated.
If you
I don't know who
wanna-
decided it, but
we all we all
collectively,
did.
yeah.
If you just want to give name, pronouns, handle, and Quill's as well. What's Quill's social media handle? We all want to follow Quillekikiokalee. Just what you would do at the top of the show.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. I joined in late, but my name is Yuri. That is Yuri, pronouns she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the interwebs. Today here on Superhero Shenanigans, as always, I am Quillekikiokalee, aka Quillek, aka Quill, your favorite bird warrior space princess. And unfortunately, she doesn't have a social media handle because I don't believe she has a cell phone.
Might have to deal with that at some point, but not right now. Yeah, a bunch of people are back at the house and being very active. Like everyone just kind of came in as a group, and then a little while later, Ember showed up. They were away from the house for a few hours dealing with stuff. And they'll probably catch you up on exactly what that was when they see you.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Oh, go
for
for it.
our storyteller, how long has it been?
Since you were here.
Right.
I think it has been a couple of days.
Yeah, like
'Cause I did a
3
day skip.
days.
Yeah, I think 3 days total because it was a
Yeah,
day
Okay.
and then 2, and then yeah, this has continued on from last session, so it's the same.
Yeah, same day.
day. So
So
just
then
3
3
days.
days.
Okay. Did you, I suppose, like, tell them what I was up to?
It didn't come up. So you
Okay.
We all just want to be like in the game room. Just there's a game room in the manor. I'm making
There
that.
has
I love that.
I think that if everyone else was out and about, whoever wasn't would just find
everyone
Marley.
ended up having a
Yeah,
rat
just
dash.
Marley's in the game room. And if we want to join up there, and then we can all maybe chat together a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the last one in is Leo because he stopped off to threaten a guy, and now he's back home.
Yeah. Quill walks in with one of those. Now I think it's becoming her thing, like the Scooby-Doo sandwiches that just defy gravity. You can see she's gotten very comfortable here at Raven's place. And she flies in and out a lot, so Ivan and his like his little sniper glasses and the cameras all now sort of can tell when it's Quill versus like a threat
Over the
flying
intruder,
in. She's on first name basis with the staff. It's great, and she walks in with one of those because Gloria probably told her, "Hey, some of your friends are here." I was like, "Hell yeah, let me make a sandwich first." Headed down there, and it's like, "Oh, hi guys."
I was going to say heading down with no idea of the terrible news that we'll meet with you today.
Nothing.
Fantastic. Yeah, you find the gang, or at least most of them, a good chunk of them, Some other people are out taking care of things or in their study, but yeah, this is the active party at the moment.
Hey,
Howdy.
hey, Quillekikiokalee, how have you been? That's a big sandwich.
Yeah, I think I'm getting better. It is taller. I can make you one.
I don't think I can physically eat that much food at once. My sandwiches are usually like more that big, I guess. If you want to make one that size, I don't know if that's as much fun for you. I can also fully make my own, but it's sweet of you to offer. Yeah, maybe we can do some cooking together sometime. Could be fun.
That would be, yeah. I haven't really learned how to use some of the machines in the kitchen. Raven and Gloria don't really let me touch the one where the fire comes out of, but that'd be fun. Maybe they'll let me if you're there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you want to learn, you should be able to learn, and we can absolutely teach you. I think that you deal with much more dangerous things on a daily basis than an oven, and
I think
this house
Raven
is well
said
equipped for
something-
way worse disasters.
I think Raven had said something about my feathers.
Oh,
But
well,
I think
oven mitts. Or we start with something smaller, something different. There's meals we can make without the oven as well.
that sounds fun. Hello. And she waves to everybody else.
Howdy.
Hello.
Wow. It's a party. I like it.
Yeah, I came down here to kind of do something else for a bit. But I guess we do have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Did something happen?
Junk pile's dead. Maybe.
He might not be, but he's missing, and we know that Junk Pile can move his consciousness. So, does Marley feel any emotions, any strong emotions coming from Quillekikiokalee right now?
Yes!
I was like, you don't
Yeah.
need mental powers.
You don't need superpowers to read her emotions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She honestly had gotten so attached to Junk Pile. I think especially so because of the tiny Junk Pile that... Wait, is that like... okay?
It is. You just saw it a little while ago before you came here. It's a fixture of your your
Yeah,
nest
it's in
and
my
everything.
bedroom.
You got to you just saw it. And
tuck
that
in
comes to
mini
mind
junk
immediately.
pile.
But like,
Every single night. Okay?
Do you,
So,
I would say you get this sad little like mental thought of like, oh yeah, whenever I walked in, it had fallen over and I put it back up. But it seems that he's not getting back up IRL.
so you've said it yourself, Keelek, that beings in this planet are different and kind of odd. In Junk Pile's, one of Junk Pile's different abilities is really useful and helpful, and we're hoping that he's just somewhere else laying low and staying safe and we can find him.
well,
But he was safe. I thought he liked being with us. Why would he leave?
People came that made him feel unsafe. So there's a group that is in Emerald City called the Cult of Eris, or the Five Fingers of Eris, and we're working to figure out who they are and stop them because they've been causing a lot of trouble, like pushing Junk Pile out of his home, and I believe just raising tensions in general. And
Is that the same group that the man from the jewelry shop talked about, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So our big thing is probably stopping this group.
And then maybe junk pile will come back.
Well, if your little junk pile's okay.
It looked okay
Is it in your room? Where's it at right now?
in my room, and she's gonna just like fly to go get it and bring it.
If it still has a connection to junk pile, it might actually help out a lot.
I'll look at Bertram and go, it was just a statue that we made.
It
What?
didn't
I thought
have
it was-
a. I
It
mean,
wasn't alive?
I can check
No.
it for a consciousness if she
Oh.
brings it. If they bring
I-
it back here, I can
seem
see if
to have
there's
been
anything
under the-
there. But
I was under the impression it was just like a little bit of him and he was fine.
I wish. No.
Yeah,
I think
no.
I
They
walk in.
explained to me that they couldn't. But at her 120 miles per hour, she will go grab it and come back.
does Marley
Definitely
feel
dodging around everything in the
Yeah,
house.
just
running past
I think-
Theo on the way?
yeah.
I think I walk in just as you are getting back in there, and I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on? What's happening?
She holds her little statuette up.
Was it a trash bag? Is that a tiny trash bag you got there?"
Marley, you sense no kind of consciousness from
Yeah.
this little garbage doll.
Do you
Marley will
think it'll
just-
help?
Junk pile's not there, but these I think it could help. We don't know what will and won't help right now, and if it helps us feel better and closer to junk pile while we don't know exactly where he is, then that does help.
Yeah, he's probably
Okay.
alright.
So we go and get rid of these people, and then junk pile comes back.
Hopefully.
Okay. So where do we find these people? And she cracks her knuckles.
Well,
Well,
we have
that's
the
what
names
you're
of
gonna figure
two, Duffel and Koshai the Deathless.
Yeah.
Pouch.
Also, the Malikov gang could be involved because they did attack us last night.
Oh, that reminds me. Just got back from some investigations, and turns out it seems like a lot of the gangs in the city are fighting over turf. The Malachi gang was mentioned, I believe.
Like more than normal, I imagine.
Yeah, usually. I mean, they had their borders usually, and they usually stayed to their own territory and didn't cause too much problems. But now we're looking at a full-blown war, probably between the gangs, and at least a cold one. If it gets any worse, though, people might start dying in the streets.
That wouldn't be good.
Well, if they all fight each other, then the strongest one wins, and then we deal with that one. No?
Well, the problem is innocents might get caught in the middle. They
Well,
can't
that's not
defend themselves.
honorable.
No, sadly. They're not known for it.
So we have to get rid of all of them?
Yeah, we just have to make them calm down. There's no getting rid
They're
of
leaders.
them. There's already going to be... Those are the ones we definitely aren't going to be able to touch, at least not at our level, so to speak. But we can get them to calm down at least and to negotiate instead of fighting each other.
Now, we have one of them here, right? That pouch guy's still here.
Yeah, he's locked up in a room.
He's locked in a room.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask him some more questions, unless you guys feel like you got everything from him, in which case we could ship him back to Deep Six.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
There's-
going to Deep Six myself. Might have some people there we could ask questions about.
Is he superpowered?
He teleported at us. Was that a thing that he has, or is that?
He can do,
Yeah,
he can do
this-
magic,
what it-
I believe.
Second sight?
I
He
wasn't
does have
there.
a second sight. That's superpowers.
Okay.
He's like Raven with the magic stuff, I believe.
Why?
Correct.
Why would we send him to Deep Six?
A prison? Because he's a
There's,
villain?
well,
But
I have worries that someone might try to get him out, and I'm not.
that, and also, he's been cooperating with us because we said he'd be safe if he did so.
I mean, he's still a criminal. We can't just hold on to him forever. He's got to go to jail.
Oh no, he's going to go eventually, but the idea is that at least while the cult of Eris is still out there, it's possible they might try to spring him or worse, kill him to keep him from talking. So I'd rather. I mean, that's not to say they won't try to do that, even if he's in our custody. But I trust us a lot more than I trust
That
Aegis of G6.
might be fair, but I don't feel like it's us who should hold on to a person, imprison anyone here at our house.
I mean, I agree that we don't hold on to him, but he seems to be willing to align himself with whoever can just assure his safety. I think Deep Six is an extreme place to send him. Anyone.
It's just a supervillain prison.
But he's not a supervillain. He was doing a job for someone and he didn't cause a ton of destruction. Like, when we're talking about the cult of Eris and the Five Fingers, yeah, Deep Six is a spot for them. But for Pouch?
Well, he's got like superpowers and such, so a regular prison is not going to hold him. He's got to go somewhere like that can actually have the technology to maintain someone like that.
Yeah, and I think there's levels. Like he's not going to like the hell version. Like he's going to be in like the lighter version,
The shallow Deep Six.
Yeah. He's going to be in Deep One, not Deep
I
Six.
understand what you mean, but I've seen too many times a person who was needed for an investigation gets sent to one of those places, and somehow, some way, they end up dead or escape.
If like, I'm not saying we keep him. I mean, I feel like at this point we could almost let him go, just keeping eyes on him. He could be useful to us. He could be one of our own. He could be our own informant, our own ally, maybe double agent. I could
letting
find
him
out.
go would be dishonorable for us. He did commit a crime. And us not really face justice for it, at least in the way that your world makes them face justice.
I could find out what his intentions would be if we let him go. If you're going to be talking to him, I can look and see what's going on there.
I've got a lot of ethical issues with this conversation.
You have ethical issues with that,
I'm not.
including someone who just inconvenienced us into super prison?
He committed a crime. He didn't inconvenience us.
He committed a crime, but I don't think that's one for like a Deep Six level crime. I don't.
Then send him to
I
the
feel like
normal jail then?
He'd escape.
He'd immediately go.
Right, but then you want to let him go, so he would be free, and if he gets rescued, he would be free.
No, that's not what Marley's saying. Marley's saying to have him work for us and infiltrate the enemy by allowing him freedom for now. I also don't trust him for that, though, honestly. He seems rather... even if he truly did go in with the intention of actually helping us, I think he's the type that would betray us immediately if someone benefited him more.
Absolutely. I think it was Slipstream who said he would sell us for a bag of chips.
Yeah.
I think above all else, he's an opportunist. So I see what you mean, that if we were not providing him the best offer, if someone was able to do better than we were for him. I see what you mean.
For now, at least I believe. And I have no problem with sending him to Deep Six or to Aegis to sit in a cell. I just worry about their ability to hold him or keep others out from him.
I mean,
What?
not many people break into or out of Deep Six.
Stranger things have happened.
That's true.
And also keep in mind that you've run into the past with somebody who read minds, who dealt with the Malakovs. And if he's out there working as a double agent, they can read that, and then we renege on our deal of keeping him safe.
I see what you mean.
Throughout
Sorry,
this conversation, you've been getting little alerts of either Slipstream or or law enforcement responding to small little incidents here and there. Doesn't seem like anything that is really blown up to where you get a huge alert, but you do get one little thing spotted that another hero ? Responded to a situation. Slipstream got there right after someone who was described as a sort of not anthropomorphic, but like a furry superhero, a woman with claws, and suspected to be someone who used to operate in Emerald City, known as Mongoose.
Is that
Weird
ring a
that-
bell to me?
Slipstream would get somewhere after something was happening.
This does indeed ring a bell to you, Ember. This is a hero who operated back whenever the Sentinels were here. She was a sometimes hero, sometimes got in a little bit of trouble for violent methods because she has very sharp claws, and it's easy to go too far with very sharp claws. But yeah, this is you actually know outside of her heroic identity, she can't turn it off. She's always a creature with fur. But her name is Elaine Chow. She was a martial artist before the Silver Storm gave her her powers.
Quill has somehow gotten her hands on some chicken nuggets.
She's always
Superhero Shenanigans, brought to you by Chicken Nuggets.
There's something about the bird eating chicken nuggets that I'm like, I know, I know we've talked about it before.
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation.
I think we have. It is honorable as long as the chicken has been defeated in combat.
So
Yeah.
I will look at the alert and be like, oh, this Elaine Chow's back in town. Huh?
Do I know that person as well, or
You do. You have both kind of been assisted by her in the past, but you've also had to point the finger at her a few times too. And she used to pal around with Dragon Eye of the Sentinels before they moved to California. And it was suspected by you and people who had seen them interact that there might be like a slight romance thing that was going on there at the time.
Shock.
Also, she left town right after he did, so a little
Could there
notable.
be a connection?
There might be something there. Yeah, she was briefly controlled by supervillains when the Silver Storm first happened because someone was controlling Stormers specifically. She was defeated at that time, and then once she was free of that control, she kind of tried being a hero on and off, but it was very anti-hero and it wasn't the most successful tenure.
Feel ya, girl.
Would she have been active in times when I was a child?
Not quite. Like maybe late teens she was active.
Gotcha.
In your late teens. Probably not like a childhood hero or anything like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not that far back.
Ember, what does your device say? Like, does it say that how was the condition of the people she fought?
I'll look at the.
Yeah, I was gonna say at a glance, not great. They were pretty heavily armed, so it looks like she just kind of wanted to end that encounter as quickly as possible. But yeah, they're pretty severely injured. Not critical care, but they're being taken care of. They definitely went to the ambulance first, like not.
She
to the
seems to be
squad
back
car.
to her old ways. It's not the bad, the worst it's ever been, but it's definitely not great.
Marley, you
Yeah.
also get alerts about this, but specifically to the Marlene phone.
Yeah.
Because this is violent cape activity. There's also just been a lot of like company memos going out that's like, hey,
This is
keep
great.
your eyes open. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like they've got people that are tracking everything right now to see what's going on. They're not like to such a degree of like opportunists where they're like rubbing their hands together going, yes, gang war. But they are like keeping an eye on the situation.
Yeah. Well,
They're not going to openly in a company email say score, but it's got that vibe to it.
that's what the boardroom meetings are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I note that on my phone, and then Leo, those of you who know of Mongoose, do you think she would be someone at the caliber of Duffel of Koshai, where she could be also one of the 5?
Nah, I don't think she'd be one of the 5. I mean, in theory, she could be getting controlled by one of the 5 because it has happened in the past. But I try not to hold that against people.
Controlled, like
I actually do think about it though. Do I think that she could be?
You don't get that vibe.
Okay.
You from your limited experience with her, because she was kind of like on the way out as you were up and coming. She's just like, she's someone who had to be very like disciplined all her life as a trained martial artist and everything, and it's just very at war with the powers she got, and like it kind of sets her on edge all the time. But yeah, she tries a lot to be in control. You have a feeling probably wouldn't, but who knows? It is chaos after all.
bedlam,
Yeah,
even.
It is bedlam, one
Bedlam.
might say. Many
Pure
people would
bedlam.
say. Anyone on the
Um,
street would describe it as bedlam.
I would say, yeah, Bertram's right. I don't see her going out of her way to actually try to be evil, but
Is she something?
certainly does accidentally does not good things.
Well,
Yeah.
should we head to the scene, see if we can talk to her? Anyone else around there?
Yeah, if Tally's there, I'm sure it'll be fine. Tally is there, right? That's what happened.
Tally got to a location and Mongoose had already left, so she's around the city. Like they're
Okay.
Add that to the
There's
list.
a lot popping up.
and then Tally's off to something else. Yeah.
Okay.
It does
so what
seem
do
like
we...
one of those situations where like things are beginning to boil. Like there's going to be something that you have to respond to any second now. It's yeah, that feeling of tension.
Okay. What do we want to do right now? Do we want to talk to Pouch? Do we...
Revenant,
Trolls?
you have been quite quiet in this back and forth. What's his feeling about all this nonsense cropping up?
I think I've been a little overwhelmed with just trying to keep track of everything on the, like I have a tablet that I'm looking at the reports and like sending it off to Slipstream. So I've been kind of half hearing and kind of putting in tidbits when I can. But yeah, I'll kind of look up and say, a thought, Duffel is not the leader. If I remember the little write-up on the bag people, Duffel is not the leader. Some kind of like money bags or something like that was the
Purse.
leader.
You're right.
Purse.
Yeah.
So why would Duffel be part of the Five Fingers if he's not the leader of the gang?
Duffel hired each member of the gang, which means he hired the leader of the gang. He put together the team of bagmen, so he's like the money behind them, putting them together.
The money.
So he is still kind of secret in the back, evil, watching from the shadows, you know.
And I mean, it's quite possible that someone is the leader if one thing, but then your second in command is actually doing a bigger organization work behind the scenes. So I think it makes sense that Duffel wouldn't be the public leader of the Bagmen if Duffel is actually involved in something bigger than that.
It does seem weird, though, that they go by code names anyways, so...
Well,
They're already-
some people are still private identities. Public
Honestly,
and not using
it's
code
not-
names.
To support
Yeah,
them.
it's not that weird. You all go by different names too.
No, I just mean, like, we're, like, double blinding here, or double bluffing, because he's, like, a secret identity, and he's the secret power behind the secret Bagmen group. So it's
That's
just
how
like,
you stay secret.
it's a lot.
There's a lot of secrets. That's kind of the point, Travis.
Well, it's as you know, I don't bother with that.
As much as I would like to try to get to the bottom of this today, I think we should focus on protecting civilians from any potential dangers that may arise, because like always, they can't protect themselves.
So
Oh,
propose them.
Something
Patrols.
to warn you guys about, though. The
Warn
last
us.
time I talked to my sister, well, the one time I've talked to my sister, she did warn me that doing superhero stuff would cause issues with her. And reports and video of me fighting the non-robotic samurai is out.
I mean,
so,
Revenant is high on Kensington Cares' own watch list right now. Like, it's...
Oh,
Yes. Oh, I should have told you that. Yeah, I wasn't thinking how much you'd actually enjoy hearing that. Yeah, I'm trying to convince them that we should go
we
after
need to-
someone that has
we
a
need to
cult already, and that you're
Formulate
I'm
their
trying to spin
actual
it, but-
target list.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm trying to.
Revenant
adjust
is the top here in Emerald
I'm
City,
trying to
for
adjust
sure.
the target list, but they do really optics-wise like the idea of targeting Revenant, which is fun for me.
Before we get too into that, though, who is your sister?
Oh,
Nobody's talked to Ember about this. Nobody's told Ember anything about this. This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Her name's Melody, but she goes by Seraphim. She's the leader of the Lightborn, which is a sect of the Church of the Sacred Bonds that is extremely militant, and they do not care where your powers come from, or they care where your powers come from. They don't care what you do. So there was, I don't know if you saw the report of Hellfire that got taken out a couple weeks ago. He's a hero, he's a demon. They took him out strictly because he was a demon. Even though he was helping people, they saw him as a demon, evil powers, evil. So that's why she doesn't quite like me out there, because even though I'm
Because of
saving
your shadow
people,
powers.
yeah,
Well-
she thinks it's completely evil.
Travis,
Hmm.
and I'll put my hand on your shoulder. You can't let bad people keep you from doing good things.
Well, that's why I did the thing. I'm just giving you guys a heads up that amongst all the other gangs, now we may have the Lightborn coming out. So
Have I
We'll
ever
deal
heard
with
of
them.
the Lightborn before? I'm assuming they're fairly public.
Yeah, it's one of those like kind of open secrets that they're that militant, but they're able to hide behind. They do have a big hero who does save the day a lot, and then she just happens to have followers that get very passionate about stopping people too. So they kind of step in where she either won't or can't, but she hasn't stopped them from taking those steps either. So
Yeah, think of
silent
the-
support, yeah.
yeah, think of the Spanish Inquisition.
The Supers Inquisition.
Yes.
I had heard of them before. I've not really liked the way they do things, but it's good to know. Keep an eye out. If you need assistance with anything, feel free to ask.
Oh, I will definitely let you know that I am weak to them because they're like
Makes
cowards.
sense, yeah.
So I will probably
All right.
definitely need help if they show up.
So if we do patrols, Revenant, you're not going alone.
Yeah, I already got lectured on doing things alone last time. And then when I followed up with that, shenanigans happened. So
That's why we're here.
Yeah, I will not go alone. I will go with somebody.
I think I've got some leads. I think I might just follow up with some potentials to do some more investigating.
Are we splitting up a bit then?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe
Everybody's
I'm not
good
gonna
with
be
that?
I'm not gonna be as helpful on patrolling the city as you guys would be. So this is a way I can probably help us out.
I just don't think any of us should necessarily be alone. So maybe we do 2 groups. Just
Anyone feel like
buddy
talking to
system at
bad
least.
guys? That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
I
just
mean,
scary.
I
I don't
I-
know if I'm useful in that.
I could do that. I can know what while you're talking to them. I can figure out what they're not
A
saying.
classic
that we wanna
Bertram
know.
Marley mess around. Oh my goodness.
So maybe we do investigating, and the
The
3
other
of you.
team hits the street. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. As
Yeah,
the GM, I
Go
like this
beat
pair.
up some gang members. Mm-hmm.
I get the role play encounter in avoiding the combat.
I was about to say, I
Yes.
think this plays to everyone's
Ideal.
strength pretty well. So
Um,
naturally, I'm going to flip it, and it's going to be a problem. It'll be fine.
Before, if we are all setting up to go, is there anything else that people would want to say before I do another thing?
Speak now if someone needs a heartfelt. I was going to say heartfelt, heart to heart. That's too many hearts.
I have a thing, but I feel like it's more. I think it's more impactful if I do it right before we split off. So
Okay.
This is that
I
moment.
well,
I take a bite from a bagel.
Marley is going to make her way over to Travis for a moment here.
Bertram, before that, what flavor bagel? I have priorities as a
Cinnamon
GM.
roll.
There
Cin-
is a wrong answer.
Ooh.
That was the
Cinnamon
wrong
bagel?
answer.
Cinnamon bagel with or without raisins?
Ew, I don't like raisins.
Hell yeah.
This is producer point.
Raisins are
We get a
terrible.
producer point.
I don't like
raisins are
raisins.
terrible.
I don't like raisins in things, but by
I-
themselves,
I can
Raisins-
eat some.
I can
eat
get down
some
with some
raisins by
raisins.
themselves.
Yeah,
but
just-
Raisins in
No.
baked goods become zombie grapes, and it's not good.
incredible.
that's fair. Grapes are much
Yeah.
better. Just have a grape.
Just have a
Yeah, just
grape.
have a grape.
Yeah.
Just have a grape. It's okay.
Why are you supporting
What do you gotta
dehydration?
dry out? Yeah, we gotta dry out the grape for you to have a grape.
I
You know?
don't drink a lot of water, so I like my food to also not drink a lot of water. Is where I am with that. I'm like, I like to feel that I'm
Just dry.
kind
Huh?
of eating something similar to myself, and in that way, I remain myself because you are what you eat. So my truest self eats raisins. Sorry, go ahead. Travis,
Dry and
Marley
crinkly?
approaches you.
I'll just kind of look up from the tablet as I'm like sending things.
Hey. We were gonna. You said you wanted to talk later before. I don't know if this is a good time later or if you want to do later than this later.
We might as well just get it over now. I don't know if it's ever going to get quiet around us anymore.
Yeah, let's talk for a sec. And I think going to the library where they had the talk after Mecha Oka arrived is where they would end up for this one.
Okay. He kind of looked at me and goes, I did something dumb. I was extremely exhausted. And I had just heard this rousing speech by Raven telling me, like, don't do things alone. We're not supposed to be alone. We're a family. We support each other. And then we heard the eye was causing issues in the vault, and she was going to go in alone. So I refused to let her.
That's
But
great.
I was in such an exhausted state, the eye took control. I couldn't defend myself.
Do you still sense it?
Do I, Mr. GM?
Sort of.
Okay. Okay.
Something in you does. Maybe not you.
I'll just say it's in the back of my head. I still feel it's not a voice, it's not telling me anything, but it's something there that just reminds me that it's there. And let me tell you, the other voices were not happy.
I got that sense when I saw you in the junkyard when we hugged. There was. I heard that from them. Okay, well, I mean, I separated Cloud and the eye.
I don't think I'm to that extent yet. Like, keep that in your back pocket. If I go weird again, definitely, you have full permission to wipe me out.
No,
But-
no, I didn't. You weren't there when that happened.
No, not kill me. I didn't say kill me. Like,
okay.
just
It was really just Cloud had obviously a connection to the eye. That's how they were making the animals behave strangely and giving them the different powers, and I just stopped that connection.
It's going to sound weird, and maybe you of all people may understand this more, but it's in a way soothing that it's there. It's not controlling me. It's not telling me to do anything. I haven't started teleporting anywhere. Nothing's gone weird like that. It's the fact that it's there means it hasn't escaped. It hasn't done anything else.
It hasn't escaped.
I have a theory that it is a prison. I may be wrong, but I think it's holding something.
That's interesting. I mean, you don't sound crazy, because I also feel like it's helpful to have the eye. To me, it's like a sponge for my own chaos. When I think it just helps negate some of it, and it gives me powers that aren't so invasive in other people's minds, and I've been able to regulate and shape those powers more than my own innate ones. So you don't sound crazy to me. I get if you want it there. I think the weirdest thing to me is I obviously believe and know that it controlled you, that it did that. It's never done that with me, and it wasn't doing that with Cloud. So I'm really curious why that happened.
I think it's two things. One, it was desperate because it's in the vault, which kind of limits its exposure. And two, I already have voices in my head. So it may have been the only way it could do something is to kind of forcibly shove it aside, which is why the voices are angry. I don't know. These are just theories, but there is something else I do need to talk to you about that was concerning. My shadow attacked Raven. I did not tell it to. I did not will it to. I specifically remember not to hurt her. I just want to get the eye. So I pinned her, but then my shadow attacked her. So I need you to keep an eye on me. I don't think that was the eye's influence.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going with you on this patrol. I'm going with Bertrum, but I mean, I'm with you. Like, the violent things that I've done, those were me things. Those were not the eye, and I have to deal with that and live with that I made those decisions. I wish I could blame the eye, but I know that I can't. But I know that the rest do.
I think the problem is talking to my sister has put a seed of doubt in my head. And the fact my shadow worked on its own concerns me.
Well,
I just need somebody to know and keep an eye on me. It's not like this second, but if you see weird things happening.
I will. If you're going out with Quill and Leo, then Leo can be someone to help with that. I talked to him a lot about my own thoughts on the eye, and he respects them, that just for us to make our own choices on it and have the information and not, so he can keep an eye on you two when I'm not there to do that, but I will.
I was going to reach out to him as well.
I want to understand. I know that's not something we can do now. We got to go. And I know that the rest of the group would think I was insane for saying that and want me to stay away from the vault so bad. But I want to talk to it. I think it could help us understand what's going on with Eris and this cult and who they are and what they're after and why. And I think it's like Pouch. I think that it's something that we could be using as a resource and ally, but more trustworthy than Pouch. Pouch, that's not a good example. Words are hard. We should go. I'm with you. I think that Leah would be with you too. I'll keep an eye out, and if anything does happen with it, then I'll handle it.
Okay, thank you. And be careful with the eye, because the eye and the cult of Eris may be allies, and the eye may not know the cult is nearby. So it may try to influence in a more desperate manner to get in contact with the cult.
I mean, I think the eye wants out of the vault. But the eye is power and chaos. It's up to whoever uses it, how it is used. And right now, no one's using it. I kind of see it like my own powers that way. My own powers get kind of out of control when I don't use them. So.
Which, I understand that. Like, I have the same issue. But the thing is, it didn't directly control me. It didn't tell me exactly what to do. It just put an incredible urge that I had to have the eye. That it was going to solve everything. It was going to fix my sister. It was going to fix everything.
When I first was able to teleport during the race, I had a feeling of I could do anything that I wanted to, which then became I could do anything that I wanted to and needed to. That doesn't feel quite like chaos, but it was power. Something for us to keep an eye on. And each other. I'm glad that someone else here understands having thoughts and other voices in our heads.
You always know I know that one.
I know. And Marley just gives Travis a big hug.
He hugs back. He says, okay, off to work.
Hi ho, hi ho. Let's watch some movies later. We need another movie night. So let's go.
Ember, you had something before the split?
I will approach Marley, and just it's a very like not a long exchange, because you can tell that he's very like focused, and it's not like not in a bad way where it's like, oh, if I talk to you I'm gonna break my focus, but like more of in a way, if I talk to you I'm not gonna want to go. So he walks up to you and he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he doesn't look at you, but he just says, be safe, all right?
You too. I mean, my group chat only works so far, but call if anything happens.
Will do. And you see he debates doing this for a second, but then he decides to just do it. And he leans down and plants a kiss on the middle of your forehead.
As Revenant walks through, he goes, get a robe.
We can't. We have to go patrol the city because
a
the five
forehead
fingers of
kissing
Ares are
room.
causing chaos.
We had one before, like a few weeks ago. That doesn't matter, but
Hey, yo, wild.
Marley
Wow.
gives Leo a kiss on the cheek and will just squeeze his hand.
So, for these
Quill
two
throws
groups,
up a little bit.
birds do that. It's fine.
Bertram passes a bucket over to Quill.
Fantastic.
we're cute.
Where are the two groups going as they part ways here?
What do you guys think? Should we just doing like a patrol? We going anywhere specific? We could
Well-
try to like track down the Malikov family or whatever their name is.
Well, you would know where the most trouble has been going on. Maybe that's the area we should head to first.
Yeah,
it's kind of everywhere.
I've been going through the reports, so I would kind of know where all the focus of the fighting is. So I'd kind of
Seems
direct
like a
us
good
there.
direction. Yeah. I will say it is taking you down to Jade Town.
Oh,
Meanwhile, where are Bertram and Marley going? I feel like it's been a while since the two of you teamed up, and you've been on opposite
Never
sides
on
of a
stream.
lot of discussions lately.
Now we hate each other.
Yeah, now this is your chance. No one's around. Finish
gonna
each other
kill
off.
her.
Yeah, just Mar-
this
someone-
is an interesting team up.
yeah. Someone tell
Um,
Bertram that Marley's a robot, and this would be over in like a second.
I knew it.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, Marley will set up group chat, but it won't last very long for these guys being like, we're gonna go out of that mile pretty quick, but at least I'll have it up with the Speck. And then also in tracker gear, which I've gotten not full new fancy costume things, but just more to disguise what Marley looks like. So more of a hood cover, a bit more face covering, because Marley is Marlene and can't also be tracker. And I think Marley would look at Bertram. You said you had some leads for this?
I got some ideas. It'd be great because we're looking into this Koshe fella, and we also know the Malikov gang's involved. Now, both of these, and Duffel, all three of these people, as far as I'm aware, maybe Koshe not as much, they like to hire out. They do a lot of business partnering. And my thinking is we hit up places where those guys go and we stop them, prisons, and maybe even the Deep Six, and we do some questioning. Figure out if people have worked with some of these guys before. See if we can't get a good idea from them about maybe some more leads from them. I'm thinking we got a lot of good opportunities there chatting with them.
Sounds good.
Now, Claude, is Deep Six somewhere like superheroes like us would be able to just kind of go?
It's possible you could request to
So-
visit.
Here's the thing, is if we're talking about this before we head out, Marlene might be able to visit, but she probably couldn't swing visiting with the Speck.
I can try texting a contact of mine.
Let's
maybe
use-
he-
Yeah, let's go as tracker and see if tiny Speck with Marlene. That's true.
There are
possible.
options. Yeah.
Just-
I've done
stick
some
in your pocket.
psychiatry work before. I might have some ins on some of this.
Okay, I mean, if you can use those contacts, I would rather do that. So yeah, see if that works. And if not, then I'll call upon Kensington Cares.
I'll send a text out while we go to the lesser, more accessible prisons and see if what I get while we're there.
Excellent. Well, as the groups have converged and now are separating into two very different styles of waving like you're leaving, we are going to
Let's
go
split
on a
up.
break. Yeah, you're going. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back to see what's going on with the two groups. I'll go get some more water.
Yeah.
life
If
things.
you want to bounce out and get your water now, you absolutely can. As we are going to break, I'm going to once again shout out Green Ronin Publishing and our sponsorship and upcoming things. Thank you, Green Ronin Publishing, the creators of Mutants and Masterminds, for sponsoring our stream. You can use our code Superhero Shenanigans in their online store to get 5% off, and we get a commission from that. If you're in the Twitch live chat, type giveaway for your chance to win free PDFs of the Basic Heroes Handbook and the Brain of Cats and Dogs Adventure, which is what kicked off our adventures and where you can learn more about the Eye of Chaos. And I believe the Molotov Mafia and a lot of names that are coming up are also in there. And on Free RPG Day, which is this Saturday, June 21st, head to your friendly local gaming store and pick up a copy of the Expanse Transport Union Edition, because Green Ronin is also a sponsor of that. If you want my goofy ad read, you're going to have to stick around till the end of stream for that. I'm going to toss us into break now. We will be back because there is more of this story to tell. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to Don't Kill My Character presents Superhero Shenanigans, a Mutants and Masterminds adventure sponsored by Green Ronin Publishing. In the first part of our episode, I'll do another recap. I'll mine for another hero point. Let's do it. In the first part of our episode, the heroes talked about there's a lot of rising chaos in the city, identified some places where that chaos might be coming from, and decided that we're going to split up into two groups. There's the Brawler Combat Patrol group of Revenant, Ember, and Quillekikiokalee, and the investigation group of Tracker and the Speck. There was also a conversation between Marley and Travis about having the Eye of Chaos in our thoughts, and that it's a cozy little presence, and we like it, and we don't want to take it away, and that's fine. And we're supporting each other, and everyone else should support us too. Is that a great recap?
There was some editorializing there, but take a hero point.
Some artistic liberty.
Yeah, from a certain
Liberties
point
we're
of view. The Jedi are evil. Yeah, so the groups are
they
splitting. We
are.
will start with the Brawlers, as I will call them. The other group, think of your name, because I don't know what it's going to be yet. But the
Investigators.
Brawlers are hitting Jade Town. This is essentially like very Chinatown vibes. A lot of Korean influence here, though, and it's usually pretty quiet. It's a very nice district, but there has been some trouble afoot lately. Yeah, seems like the lone wolves are getting into some stuff with hard to say who. So far, all that's been identified is people wearing lone wolves gear. You actually get specifically some alerts where people are Revenant. You occasionally get contacted through like social medias and things like that, where people are like, "Where the heck is Revenant?" It's like we haven't seen him actually for like a few days, which happens sometimes. You have to brood. Everyone needs a little brood sometimes. But yeah, they're like, where's Revenant? And then you see a few that are like, wow, Revenant could really help out with what's going on here. First name, lots of numbers, says. Yeah. And it does seem like it's Jade Town stuff. They're including their location and everything. Saying, please save us. But
I will respond.
Yeah.
With, you are right, Michael 348928789-B. On my way.
You go rescue that legal form. Dashby.
Dashby.
That's actually his last name is Dashby. So Michael Dashby, now one of my favorite NPCs. But I believe you wanted a quick chat with Leo, wasn't it?
Yeah. On the way there, I'll kind of tap Leo on the shoulder as I'm flying next to him, because I do not walk. And
I'm with two flying people, by the way. I want everybody to understand this. And I run like at the speed of a car. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I would carry you, but I'm not strong enough. You're the size of a tank.
Quill is She can give you uppies and then just fly you across.
I'd rather
I
run,
think
it's
I can
fine.
carry 2 tons or so. So you're fine.
It's okay. I'd rather run.
I'll kind of come up next to Ember and go, so Ember, I know you'll understand this. My powers have been acting a little weird as of late. You saw my shadow attack Raven. That was not my will. I did not tell it to do that.
But yeah, okay.
So if I or my shadow go crazy, you have my full-on permission to wave your hand at me, I guess. To do what needs to be done to rectify the situation. I will not hold grudges.
Just to clarify, it doesn't mean like.
Please don't kill me, but
Oh, okay.
take me out. Or take out the shadow. Like if you see it start attacking civilians, take it out.
So I can knock you out or knock out your shadow.
Yep.
Got it.
If things get where I'm endangering innocents rather than taking out the bad guys.
Understood. Everything okay? I mean, I know you said your powers are acting up, but it's just like it's a thing that's happened before. Is it like something new?
It's something new. Like the shadow is something that's kind of new. And having talked with my sister, she put a seed of doubt in my head. So I'm just being overly cautious right now.
Do you think it's from? Is it like one of those things where your powers represent like your psyche type deal? I'm not Bertram, but
No, I would never hurt Raven. Like, that is something I would never do. She's like a sister to me. She is basically my sister. And for the shadow to attack her is concerning. And when I had talked to my sister, she had me summon the shadow to like point out that it looks evil, so therefore it is, type thing. And after she left, it turned to me and regarded me to see my reaction, which was the first time it had shown sentience like that. So I don't know. It's concerning, but it could be just like if I don't use my powers, they will actually act out, kind of like Marley's does. So it could be that. I don't know. I want people to be aware that in case something goes wrong.
I've, like you, dealt with my fair share of powers going haywire, so I understand. I'll do my best to help you out.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Uh-oh. Oh, God's returned. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Right
here
here.
the whole time.
Sam?
So for our brawler group, go ahead and give me a quick perception roll as you head into danger. You've gotten your heading from social media.
I got the flicker.
Oh,
I
you've
have
also
the
danger
flicker.
You
You
have.
have danger sense.
Also, I just want to put it on record. I messed up. It's not 2 tons. It's 25.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So she could definitely give
I
you up
need
these.
everybody to know that. Thanks.
I rolled a natural 20, which bumps me to 22.
22. Very nice. Very nice.
Look at that
What
die.
does my danger sense do?
Your danger sense, if you do get ambushed, you aren't I know
Surprise.
words. You don't get the surprise penalties,
Okay,
essentially.
cool beans.
Okay.
You will not
26.
be caught. 26.
I
My
have
goodness.
bird eyes
We're perceiving as
In your
all
pocket?
heck.
on my face.
I gotta,
Oh yes, that's so
I'm
true.
I'm
You're
a
right.
bird.
No, absolutely right.
Ammo
You
bird
weren't
is
specific.
bird.
I have some
Ember.
bird eyes.
I got a big old 13.
Big ol' 13. My goodness. So Quill, you can definitely tell that there is combat afoot up ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, there's what sounds like Are there guns on your world? Would you know what the firing of a? There's surely some loud weapons of some sort. Maybe.
Yes, there's like siege weapons and stuff like that. But like people, again, I'm pretty normal on my world. Like being rotated, like we are a little better, but like marginally, as well as like as physical like strength and stuff goes, right? And so if I can toss 25 tons, it's like we are siege weapons. Here is a giant boulder, and I'm gonna chuck it at you. So there isn't a need. I don't think we would have guns. No, I think that would be something that would be like a human thing that I had to learn very quickly exists.
Yeah, I don't suppose it would take too long to figure out that those are a thing.
Yeah,
for humans.
yeah, no, that was
by
that
now
was
you're
fast.
acquainted. Yeah, there's gunfire. Yeah, so far that's it. Obviously, you hear a boom and you think of like, oh yeah, we'd be throwing these like boulders at each other essentially, but you know, buildings aren't falling down from what's going on here, at least. But I will say, since you rolled so dang high, actually, as you're approaching, something a little odd is that there appears to be like a figure hiding on a roof, like where you were about to pass to go to the trouble. There is someone kind of like hunched down. You catch like a gleam of light, basically, and since your eyes are so good, you can see that someone is holding up like binoculars looking out towards you.
I, again, with my 120 miles an hour speed, I fly down towards them and just like I'm hover in front of their face like as a swoop in. I'm just like, hello.
Are you holding Ember while you do this, or no?
Ember said he didn't want me to give him uppies, and I'm very sad about it. I know, how dare.
I was like, you could use him as a siege weapon.
Anti-uppies.
Ember
Listen,
at somebody
Fastball
really, really
special.
fucking hard.
listen.
But it's a bird. Fast bird special.
Oh, we gotta build
Bastard.
Ember gets uncomfortable
work
when
on it.
other people.
Well, yeah, we'll
fly
workshop the
him.
name. Fast bird.
But I swoop in and just like, hello.
They were not expecting that, and you approached incredibly rapidly. He kind of falls back a couple steps, and you hear a reaction from the roof across too, as it appears there was another one waiting over there, and he's like reaching for a weapon on his side, and he's like, "We don't have any quarrel with you."
Okay. What you doing?
He's very taken aback by this. Forthright people are difficult.
Who let the kindergartner into battle?
That's the thing. In my experience, they seek battle. We're here to eliminate Revenant. He says very calmly, way too calmly for a statement of that sort.
Oh. Okay. Just you and your friend here?
Should be all it takes.
I doubt that. Well, that's a problem. You see, I've come to kind of like him, so he's sort of my friend now, which means I can't let you do that.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, she takes like a pause to see like, are they gonna attack me after I said that, or try to get away from me, essentially.
I feel like it's very unlikely that you will get a lower result than him. But we'll see.
What did you get?
What did you get? What are you doing? You can't do that.
24.
Yeah, you got him. He got an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's not.
I have a +10. I shouldn't have even rolled.
Oh yeah, you were. Look, initiative will carry on from here. so
Okay.
it's fine if it's early. Yeah, you can see that he is definitely deciding, since you have chosen a side, that you are his enemy. Revenant and Ember, you may also roll initiative, and we're just going to keep initiative up as we go forward. I need to put names in.
I got a 27.
Oh my goodness.
So
Love
I rolled a
it.
natural 20 again. I'm really liking this die. It's,
Chill
it's
out.
happy
Chill
today.
out.
I've
I got a 20.
total.
We don't need to roll initiative. We're just gonna be talking to people.
Y'all are going to be talking. You anti.
I've got a filthy 20.
Just
No.
I'm not
Filthy.
gonna, I won't
Okay.
I won't be weird about it like I was last time. It's fine.
When I was
You
rewatching
missed
last
out.
stream, I did giggle at
You
that.
cringed. I feel like
No,
you got
it
it.
was a giggle cringe. A cringe? A kringle?
Gringe.
Crinkle?
A grinch?
Crinkle?
Will, I accidentally erased your thing. What did you get? It was 20.
4.
25, I think.
24.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Put them at the
I rolled a
top.
14. Yeah, just put me at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they go first.
Top
I mean, you
initiative.
definitely do get to act first in this case because you got all up in his grill. So we'll start from you, but then, yeah, from then on, Revenant is the top from his score.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the top.
I realized it right after I said it. Can't even talk.
Where the
here.
ages do that?
Hey yo, Lance, tell us more.
Yeah, hey, why you talking about flirting with Leo? You got Lance.
Got Lance. Wow,
I
terrible.
think that happened during the break,
Confirmed.
which means stream has no context for this conversation.
That's true. That's the best way to have conversations, I think.
Don't worry about it.
In
If you
group
want to
and
know
out
what we're
group.
talking about, subscribe to our. I'm just kidding.
It's like, wait, we don't have a thing. Don't do that.
This is what I put on
Wow, I paid-
Patreon. I put like
Yeah. Shenanigans after dark.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Yo. Quill, what would you like
Yes?
to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and just spook him because it's fun, and I'm gonna agile feint. So when he makes a move to like grab his weapon again, I'm just gonna swoop in with my wings and flutter them at his face, right, to disorient him a little bit, and then gonna back off and fly down a couple ways after my agile feint. And as I swoop down, I'm just gonna go, Revenant, there's some guys on the roof that are trying to kill ya. And fly back up a little bit, so I'm not super far from the baddies.
Gotcha. Roll
That's-
that there agile feint.
Absolutely. I am going to use my acrobatics. Oof, that's not a very good roll, but I do have a plus 12. So that is a 19.
A 19. Oh no, I
Yeah.
have lost my digital dice. I have found my digital dice. It was a quick turnaround. Yeah, you do your spoopies as per usual. Guy doesn't seem really like he opens himself up for attack from it though. It seems like he may have rolled well.
Okay. I got the information to Revenant anyways. But now
And you're
I'm
still
like,
very close by. Yeah.
This guy. All right. I
This
see ya.
guy,
We're going to have some fun.
He knows and sees things.
Turns out this got the toughest fight.
I'll let that have been a freebie actually, so I can put everyone on the correct order of initiative because it feels weird. So you got
Okay.
a freebie. Enjoy. It'll be back to you right after Revenant.
All right. So, Revenant, you just hear her yell that out as she swoops down and then swoops back up towards the roof.
There is, as the French would say, danger.
Do I see them? Like, do I know where they are?
You have been made aware thanks to Quill pointing them out that there's like danger, and you saw where they flew. That there's someone there, and then through context figured out that they're on this one-story building. They're each kind of camped out behind stuff, like they were waiting for you to fly by.
I will find the one that she did not attack. Go incorporeal. Like, it's the most I can do for myself at this point. and fly up and do the startle with my intimidation. I'll do my double combo rainbow thing.
I'm imagining Revenant just like popping out of like shadows, being like, "Boo!"
I believe he's specifically a boogity boo kind of guy.
Yeah, boogity boo.
Boogity boo.
So I rolled a 25.
Oh my gosh. Cool. Let me roll high again to not be scared. No, that's the wrong thing, Die. You fool. He is incredibly frightened as his surprise attack has failed him.
Yeah. And then I will extra effort, use a hero point,
Yas.
and do the all-out attack, if I'm remembering that's the right one.
All out makes them easier to hit. If you're trying to hit harder, that is power attack that you're going for.
Yeah, power attack.
I
Okay.
had a feeling.
Yeah.
The combo. Yeah, I was supposed to say your combo is usually that, so I was like,
Yeah.
that'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that one, it's another natural 20.
Oh
That's
my
nice.
gosh.
Really happy.
We're about to have words, me and this guy. Okay.
So
Insane.
that is a, let me find the boom boom. That is a damage 12 means I add the 12 to it, right?
Damage.
I remember
12
right.
No, not to hit. Your
Which
to
is
hit
the
is a
to
plus
hit?
8. Should
Oh,
be a
plus 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 28 plus the 5.
Okay.
So 33? Yeah, math.
Well, looking at the numbers here, a 33 does appear to hit his dodge.
Just barely.
I don't know how, but he. Yeah. Okay.
Got a 32 dodge.
Oh,
Are- with your
well,
crit, are
it's
you
sorry.
raising-
So the 5 goes to the DC, not the actual attack.
Yeah.
So 28. Does 28 still hit him?
28 does hit.
Okay. So then it is a 32 DC.
A DC 32.
I'm good at one thing.
Bye, guy.
Well,
Big-
2 things.
big money, no
Sarcasm. Yeah. Sarcasm and a booms.
And what?
Fair.
Okay. This isn't the worst. That was a 32.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's still standing.
Boo.
That's incredible.
Better than he ever did.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
He's looking like a true survivor.
Does
but-
a does a
Not like a little
23
kid.
still hit him because the 5 takes away from that? I forgot.
Oh,
about that.
yes, it does. It was a nat 20,
Okay.
so that part is what hits him, regardless.
Oh, no matter what. Okay.
Yeah. It's just that it might not crit based on his defense after that, but you got him either way.
Okay.
Okay, the 32 though is a lot tougher. Yeah, you blast him. It slams into his armored carapace, his suit. It's not really a carapace. He flies back, kind of hits the like a chimney type thing, little
Mhm.
yeah. But it's more like a piece of the facade than an actual chimney. He slams back into it, and you can see he looks like you have taken the wind out of his sails considerably, as he has a -1 and is staggered but standing. Proud
Do I
of-
recognize him as Lightborn?
you can tell that that's kind of the vibe. They try not to like super affiliate with like, hey, we have armed people that work for us, but you can tell like some of the iconography is definitely
Oh, okay.
theirs.
I'll just kind of look and go, oh, my fan club.
He says a swear that I dare not repeat because I'm a good lad.
No, you're
Why-
just scared.
why did
Glad
that get a
you
laugh?
producer point.
Why did no one believe that?
You're being a good lad right now. Producer point for you, keeping our PG-13 rating.
I do what I can. It goes
Do a
now
lot,
to
see.
Quill. It's back to you.
I look down because Ember ran here, keeping up with us, and just motion uppies, like, do you want me to grab you and put you on the roof, essentially?
Ember's actually looking toward the direction of the gunfire because he looks like he's probably about to go that way. Because it looks
so
like
it's like
y'all
we'll
are
catch
handling this, but
type
people
of
are
thing?
dangerous. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if she motions and you point that you're gonna keep going, she'll just like give you a thumbs up and fly back to the first one that she tried to spook and it didn't work. So we are going to, I think, how close to the edge of the roof is he? For no particular reason, of course.
No particular reason. I would say he's like 6 feet or so from the edge there.
Okay, so not super close. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and just try to punch him in the face since playing coy didn't help. So I'm rolling to hit. Oh, I got a nat 20.
What is?
And my unarmed is a plus 12, so that's 32 to hit.
Why are you like this? Is my
It's
question.
my first 20.
Why are you like this? Okay, just don't do it again. What is your the DC of your unarmed plus 5? Unless you want
28.
to do a different thing than the plus 5. Your call.
I'll do that. 28.
Okay. No. 28. just doing some math. Don't worry about it. Darn it. Okay, so with a powerful blow and a lovely crit, you kind of do sort of the same thing as Revenant, and send him flying into some of the architecture of the building, except with much unluckier force for him. So he flies back and like hits his shoulder, and then his head snaps back and hits some of the brick, and he just slumps to the ground.
Oh, he's knocked out right away.
He was dead.
OHKO'd that man. Or he's dead. Who knows? If you hit him again, he could go into dying, but doesn't feel super necessary.
I'll just yell over, "Great hit, princess!"
Thank you.
You're like, heck yeah. Ember.
Yeah, so it's looking like they got this, right? There's not any more popping
They
out.
absolutely got this from your understanding.
Gotcha. And there's gunfire further ahead.
Yep.
About how far is it?
Far enough where you could get there at the speed of a car.
What time of day?
What year is it, Claude?
What's the month? What's the winter solstice?
What's
looking
the
like?
temperature?
Yeah. So yeah, I will.
What's the allergen level?
So I was in my base form. TM. So I'm going to.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can trademark base form. That feels.
I can trademark it. It's fine. How many can I do in a turn? How many stages can I up?
I think you can do 2 because it scales up. It's like a free action for the first one and then a move action for the second one. So if you go up twice, you'll have to forego a standard action without a hero.
That's fine because I'm trying to get there. So I will go to stage 2 and then run there as fast as I can. Which at stage 2 I can move at 30 miles an hour, 500 feet around. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, you go through. It's light on traffic today, so you could go down the road, but there's also it's a walkable city in this fictional universe. So you're able to make it down the sidewalk too if you want. And yeah, as you're kind of rounding the corner, you can hear that the sounds have increased considerably, and the lines have been drawn as people are kind of like ducking behind cars, taking shots at each other.
I'm going to be shouting to, I'm sure they already are, the civilians to duck and get to cover. But then, yeah, that's I guess I think that's all I can do. So I'll get there.
Arrive in style. You look great. You are a calming presence to the few remaining civilians who have decided that running puts them more in the line of fire, so they are ducking, and you see that there are like a few scattered people that are hunched. They're staying below where anyone can kind of accidentally graze them, and they are looking to you for hope.
If I can, I'll even flip a car for them so that they can like.
That's rad. Yeah, I'll let you freebie flip a car. Yeah. It's like a scene change, but instead of like giving you a hero point for being awesome or charging you a hero point to be awesome, we'll just keep it even, and you have flipped a car for human shielding. Because I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a quick exchange of hero point that no one saw, but it was there, I promise.
Instantaneous. Yeah.
It's just one of those things. We do get back around to the first of the Lightborn. He coughs and remains basically unconscious. And then the second one will take a shot at good old Revenant. He pulls this kind of weird, high-tech looking orb of some sort and tosses it in your direction. It then explodes
Grenade!
as a dazzling light bomb. Roll me a dodge check.
Okay, and I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna roll a different die for you. Okay.
I feel like you're setting me up for another nat
Imagine-
20 by saying that. Yeah.
Imagine we get Quill a belt of those and then she chucks them down at people while flying overhead.
And that is a dodge.
Yes.
I got a 22,
Ooh. Okay, then you only have to save against half. for
but it is
these.
light, so I don't know if you want to
It is light.
like knock that down.
I'll say for the dodge, you're fine to keep your normal stuff. It's going to be actually resisting what happens next.
Okay.
That is the problem. So
Remember, you have channel points.
remember, you have no hope. Roll me a DC. Well, just roll. I know the DC. Fortitude check. It's an 18.
It's 50. Oh,
It's
You
50.
shouldn't have
Oh,
told him.
I feel weird not telling. There's no reason not to.
A fortitude check, you said?
Fortitude.
That is a 12.
A 12.
0 point?
That's significantly less
Nah,
than
let's
18.
have fun.
No.
I've had too many nat 20s for
You
him not
are
to.
blinded by this. You've been visually disabled as the actual condition. So you have a -5 to checks that require you to see.
Oh, fun.
That is unfortunate. The thing is, it wasn't just bright, it had a little bit of force behind it. So I'm going to also need a toughness check here. DC, I'm doing math, 23.
Oh,
Well, I rolled a little better. I got a 13.
You have a weird definition of... I mean, it is
Better?
better. It is
Little-
better.
a
It's not
little
one
bit.
better. It is
A little
literally
bit.
like the smallest increment of better that you can get. Yeah, so you take a -1 to future toughness saves, and you are also dazed. But
Fun.
not confused.
that's rough, buddy.
So
Yeah.
you're moving a little slower. Your speed goes down 1. You can't see super great, and you're hurting.
Yeah. Well,
Just
it's
today in the
hard.
life of Revenant, this is using your complication to make the checks more difficult. So you do get a pretty shiny, beautiful hero point. It's also bringing up your enemy complication, but I'm not going to give you 2 points for one thing because I'm stingy DM. So
But
you
I-
get that 1 hero point.
But I only have 3. I need another one.
I will destroy you today. Your 20s have caused me to become unhinged. And yeah, it's going down. I do need to roll some initiatives for people who have joined the scene. Oh, I already wrote that. Neato. The gunmen have to act at some point in the round.
Again, my
Secretly
initiative
had
is 20.
Bertrum in my pocket.
There
I've
was a
already rolled
Bertrum all
initiative.
along.
I pre-gamed my initiative. I am ready to go.
That would be the most amazing. Like, I spend a hero point to edit the scene. I've had Bertram in my pocket the whole time, and then he pops up in the stream.
Different
Hey,
Bertram.
guys.
Time traveling Bertram. That's why I'm in both places at once.
Oh my gosh.
And
In 30
Marley.
issues from now, I'll disappear through a time machine. And
Quantum
then I'll
Bertram.
pop back in this episode.
You just fade away mid-episode, and everyone's like, what happened? It's like, check 3 episodes ago. Don't worry about it.
Stay tuned.
Don't worry about it.
We get real comic
Yeah.
booky with it. Okay, so we circle back around, actually, because the Lightborn are done, and the Gunmen are acting next turn. Revenant, it's you. Life sucks right now. That was from me. But things aren't great for Revenant either. It's fine. I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Are any of us okay?
let's not. It's fine. I'm okay. Revenant, how are you?
Oh, it's been rough. I've had better days.
Everything's good.
Big mood.
To
Yeah.
kind of like counteract the fact that I'm kind of blinded and a little messed up right now, I will just do a shadow burst in the general area he's in.
Solid call. Good stuff. Good stuff. I will say, it's Quill's not close enough to be hit by this, so I won't. Friendly fire has been turned off. Yeah. Shadow burst is, what is the DC? So I know what I'm rolling against here. 'Cause
23.
23, which means the dodge part of it is 18. To lessen it. Ka-chow!
Kitchen
I
on.
would like to switch digital rollers.
What are you using?
I was just using Google, which I almost never do.
That's
Roll a die is a solid
what I
one.
use.
Yeah, roll a die is my mage one.
Are you saying that you're rolling
Use Demi
low? on
No, I'm
the
rolling
dice?
very poorly.
Good. I think you should stay on Google.
So, he did fail on lessening
Roll
the
with your
damage
mind.
with the dodge roll. So what was it again?
Got a
23?
nat 20.
Yeah.
23. He's got this. No, this thing can only roll one number. How is that even possible?
What is that number?
That number is 6. With a burst of energy and an
3
already
sixes?
bruised guy. Yeah, you hear a you can't really see. Everything's very blurry, but there's a shape that's a blob that's not moving near you.
Oh, okay.
There's kind of a lot of blobs near you not moving, but that one just fell there, so probably the Lightborn.
Okay. So I do have a question. On my burst
have
area,
Yes.
on my shadow burst, it has 2 DCs, and I'm not sure what each DC means.
The first one is for them to dodge, and then they only take half of your full DC. If they
Okay.
fail that dodge, then it's that 23.
Okay, so 23 is the first one, 18 is the second one, so he may
Right.
not be down. Okay.
Oh no, he's down. He's down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's
Look,
how
I
the
can
game
bring him
works,
down
everyone.
even blinded.
You can. You took him down. You were blinded by the light. However,
Quill has grabbed the guy that she knocked out and then flies him over. She just hops over to the other roof where Revenant is and has just knocked out this one, and she just lays them both next to each other and starts going through their pockets.
another blob has appeared, dropped a second blob, and is now rummaging through the blob's pockets.
Yeah, she's like, are you okay?
I can't see.
Oh,
I'm a little blinded at the moment, so I may need to like have uppies.
Oh, you do
To
get
get to
to
the next
yeah,
area.
that is a problem.
you get to
It's
roll
okay.
a fortitude check because
Oh,
your turn
okay.
ended to shake it off. Shake it off.
Probably not. I rolled a 15.
Yeah, no, things are still very. It stings. Things are not great, but there's a Quill
Okay.
here.
Yeah,
Almost
Just-
as good as seeing.
sit down really quick. I'm going through their pockets. She's narrating everything she's doing because Revenant can't see. turn them into the cops? Do I just?
They
What
won't
do you want to
stay.
do with
Like,
them?
they're considered heroes, so
But
they-
they were
nothing will
trying
happen
to
to 'em.
attack you.
they see me as a villain.
Are we the
As-
bad guys?
No, we're not the bad guys. It's like, here's one thing to keep to keep to your heart is everybody is a hero in their own story. So they think they're doing the world a favor by taking me out because they think I'm gonna like destroy everything. And according to Gabe, I can, but I'm not.
But you're super nice.
Thank you. I try, but they don't believe
Okay.
so.
So,
So just
they
tie
are
them up
confused.
to the tie them up to the pole, and then one of their people will come get them.
I can do that as I'm searching through their pockets. Do I find anything?
In their pockets, you find their belongings, and also more of the little bomb thingies. Just a few. Just a few. You expressed interest in dropping some, so there you go. They each had a couple on them. They also have a little, it's like a little baton to hit people with, and you can see there's like a button on it.
No, Quill has a stick.
Collect
Okay.
enough of these, and you can build your own nest of fancy light sticks. Yeah, light baton.
She will take the baton and the little like orbs, and then uses if one of them's wearing a jacket or whatever it is to like tie them together essentially, and then props them up to like sit next to each other.
Okay.
So Ember went on ahead to where there was some more noises about other things happening. I think we should go. I can take you.
Okay, let me write a note real fast, and I'll write on a little piece of paper that says, "A present to Seraphim," and then I'll stick it on him. But because I'm blind, it's just Scritch. It's just like
yeah, I was
scratch.
gonna say roll me a dexterity check.
Okay.
With a -5 because of the current condition.
That is a 15.
Hey, that's pretty good. With a -5. Yeah, I mean it's writing. You've done that.
Yeah.
You've written notes in the dark.
It looks like a second grader's handwriting, but it's fine.
Decipherable.
It's slightly better than Revenant's normal handwriting. Just a step above. We do cut over to the situation with what is Ember doing? I'll get to the investigators soon. Don't worry, gang.
So,
Initiative.
how many shooters am I looking at? They're sort of fighting each other, correct?
They are, yeah. It's there's like 4 on one side, 3 on another. The 3 definitely look like they're defending an area, and the 4 are like the aggressors here.
I'm going to spend a hero point, I think, here.
Okay.
And I think I want to. Oh, this is gonna be a wild time.
Oh.
No, I'm not gonna spend a hero point. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm like, I can't just beat these guys up. They don't have powers, probably. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out in the middle of the gunfight. I don't care if I get hit. And
You have
I
have
will.
impervious toughness, don't you?
I don't know. I have ultimate effort toughness. I don't
Okay.
think I have impervious.
They're using pretty like unimpressive weapons right now. These are low
Fair,
ranking.
okay. But I have regeneration 10, so it's fine.
This is true.
This is why Ember just does stuff, because he's like, I'll heal. It's
I'm not
okay."
worried about it.
But I will walk out into the middle of the gunfire, and I will project my voice. And I'm going to try to intimidate them all. And if I need to do a hero point to like something to improve that. I don't know what could, but I will do that.
That's a good question. You can definitely spend a hero point if you want to get a +5. Just off rip, you can, because there are advantages that do that essentially. So you would just be.
I do have a +5 from the full chat.
You do, yeah. You're about to be heckin' intimidating.
Why not? I'll do both of them. I'll do it. Make it a +10. Why not? To whatever thing. So I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna project my voice and say, if you stop firing right now, then you won't end up in the hospital.
Okay. Each side is going to get their own die roll, but I'm going to just put them in clumps for resisting this.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice roll there. Oh, I'm going to add that too. $34.
You have defeated them summarily. So with that intimidation roll, you can see the ones that seem more like they're defending, they look very hesitant to put their weapons down. They're definitely very successfully frightened of you, but the fact that they are kind of defending this area makes them hesitant. Are the other ones going to do the same? And you see that the other side does kind of pause for a second, what's going on? And as you see them start reacting, they're starting to put their guns away. The flicker. You get your little spark in your vision near where these guys are attacking from. So you will not be surprised when there is a boom and someone teleports in on the side of the aggressors, points a hand at you and blasts a nice little beam of energy here.
Let's go. Can I ultimate effort toughness here?
Ooh, you can. Let's check if he hits first, though. that might be a good call.
That's a fair thing here. I'm in stage 2.
Okay, we'll see how these die do. That's pretty good. Might not be enough. We'll see. At stage 2, does a 22?
Yes. This is my dodge and parry, or one of those.
This is your dodge.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Sick. Roll me. Oh well, your ultimate effort toughnessing this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's going on here.
This is a huge boom. For everyone else, you hear what sounds like a cannon going off. Ember, you recognize this guy as a villain you've actually tangled with in the past, named Cannon. And he shoots concussive blasts, and this is what he's doing. But this is pretty powerful. This is a DC 27 is what it normally is.
I know. I have to spend a hero point for that. For ultimate effort, so I don't have any. So did
you not have one to start? Oh, you did use one to start. Okay.
So I do have to roll this toughness check. That's gonna be fine.
Is this the Tin Man coffee person?
No. Oh no. I know who you're thinking of. No, it's not.
Okay.
You said it's a 27.
It is.
Nope, not gonna go. I got a 22.
22? Okay. That gives you a -1 to future toughness saves. I will go ahead and give you a hero point.
Oh, thank you. Now I ultimate.
As he blasts you again.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, don't thank Claude for giving you a hero point. That means that something bad is coming.
Yeah, does a 20 hit on that one? He might have rolled too low.
Yeah. My dodge is 18 here.
All right, well, it's a 27 coming at you, but you do have the hero point now.
This time I will. Having felt it the first time, I will to mid-effort toughness here, yeah. So that'll be a 32. Because I get a nat 20 on there. Or the 20.
Yeah, counts as a 20. Yeah, so the first one hits you, whoa, oh, it's this guy again. Fantastic. And you're able to kind of plant and take the next one. You know how this goes. You've tangled with him before. He's powerful, like he's strong. He can do a lot of property damage for sure. What normally is the problem is that he is super annoying. Like he's mouthy. He thinks he's all that, which is kind of fun to fight with now and then. But yeah, that's kind of his vibe usually.
I think I'll just sort of like do the X with my arms to block the second one and stand there and say, "What are you doing here, Cannon?"
Cannon glares at you, but doesn't say anything, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that worries me. It's like when Spider-Man gets quiet.
No, it's a problem.
Yeah.
The gunmen all kind of like scatter in different directions because, oh no, it's the big guns are fighting at this point. That could be a problem. They would rather not get caught up in that. The blast that hit you did destroy things around you too. It's just kind of a consequence of how his powers work. So you do see that the car you flipped to give them protection has become slightly destabilized. More booms in the area could potentially tip it over on the people it had been protecting.
Oh, Lordy. I can move, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, on your turn.
Oh, it's not my turn anymore? Gotcha.
Yeah, Cannon took, or was next in initiative.
Gotcha.
That brings us to the Lightborn. They are both knocked out. Revenant, it is your go. You have heard a lot of big explosions. Go ahead and roll that fortitude check to see if you shake off your vision problemo.
I believe in you.
Fortitude. 22.
Oh, you did it.
Yay!
Yeah, you're able to clear it up, and you can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
The rain is gone. Yeah.
I knew it.
I don't know
Waiting
why.
for
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know why I'm in Claude's head so much, but I just am. You know what I mean?
He lives here. It's a good place to
Because
be.
we have all spent too much time together. Like
Mhm.
this cast
That
is
could be
so
the problem.
entrenched at this point.
So I'll sit there and just kind of shake my head, and I'll use a hero point to get rid of the dazed.
Okay. Recovering.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then I will fly towards Ember.
All right, from above, you see that there are the gunmen are kind of like fleeing down different alleys and stuff. There is a semi-precariously standing car, like on its side, kind of looks like it could get dangerous in a second. And then there is some big blonde dude pointing a hand at Ember.
How many people are behind the car?
I'll say 3 is a number I really like lately. It's pretty good number. Pretty good number of people.
So 2 questions. Is it who? So they're hiding on one side of the car, or is
Yes.
anybody on the other side of the car?
No, the car is between them and Cannon/Ember.
Okay. I will fly in. And start moving the people out of danger, because I know that could get very, 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 very bad.
Okay,
And I'll become physical to shield them from anything, and then
that's the way to do it.
Move on.
Yeah, go ahead and grab yourself a beautiful shiny hero point for being a heroic kind of guy. He's just that sort of fella. Is what he is. Yeah. So that will then take us to good use of your turn for sure. That takes us back to Quill. There is a combat going on.
Yeah, as soon as Revenant like takes off, she's just like, "Oh, okay," and then just takes off after him as well. So I fly in.
Okay.
I see him swoop down and start grabbing people. So I fly a little overhead to see the situation. I'm imagining I see Cannon and Ember. Are they the only ones there? You said everybody else kind of scattered.
Yeah, everyone else seems to be on the run. The other people who were engaged in combat, so now it's just the one. Jet Li.
Okay. She, now that it's become a sort of 1v1, she doesn't want to step in because that's sort of against, so unless Ember asks them to, I think she's just going to watch, maybe actually help Revenant get the people out of the way faster. Just seeing like the destruction that has already been caused here, but she wouldn't interfere, so she'll help Revenant
Gotcha.
out.
Have a shiny hero point, not just for saving people, but for that honor complication. Because you're not going to do 2-on-1 fight here, obviously. He should have brought more friends.
He
is
should
what
have brought
happened.
more
He
friends.
should have brought more friends. Maybe more friends will show up. We'll see. That takes us back to Ember. Ember, the situation around has gotten safer, and you seem to be given the go-ahead that this is you versus Cannon for the moment.
Lovely. I'm gonna move up to stage 3 first.
My drinking
And then
water
I'm
was...
going to go up to him, and I'm going to try to... this isn't a grab, per se. I am grabbing him, but it's more of an attack, because what I'm going to try to do is... I'm going to take his face and plant it into the ground.
Okay. I like that.
It's sort of that if this was an anime, it'd be that flash step, and then I'm next to him, and then I grab the back of his head and then slam him face first into the sidewalk. But I can't flash step. But in his head, that's what he's doing.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You clear the distance. There's not much. And yeah, go ahead and we will just do your unarmed, but flavor it as planting his face into the ground.
Yeah, my unarmed is not as good at this point in time as it is in the other ones, but it's still fine. That's going to be 20 total.
22
No,
hits?
actually, no, a 21 total.
That hits. Oh no, this is a really hard hit. I just remembered how stage 3 is. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I got a DC 29.
DC.
Nice.
Yeah, pop it
Okay.
off. Bring him here.
All
I'm
right,
taking him
with a
dying here
grab
today.
and a slam basically onto his side where his face will slam into the ground, you do manage to do that. Like he impacts, but he's really bracing himself for it. So he suffers a -1 to future toughness saves. And then I'm gonna do something kind of neat for his turn. And
Also, I
that's
healed though, by the way, right?
you did.
Just want to clarify.
Gotcha.
Steam rising off of me. It's a good time.
So the neat thing I'm gonna do is flex some cool rules stuff that I don't get to use a lot. I will give the heroes available on the scene a hero point.
This seems dangerous. It's all of us?
Yeah, all three of
Wait,
y'all
What you
Get-
planning there?
get points. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll take it.
Are you
So
sure
first-
I can't have one too, please?
No. So what Cannon does next is he will get back on his feet. He was kind of mostly kneeling by the end of your turn. Stands back up and swings a nice little punch at you. Oh, my die roll
Alrighty.
thing looks different. Shoot, that's unfortunate for me.
My dodge / parry is even worse now. It's 2 worse, so it's a 16 now.
16. He actually rolled really bad and missed a 16, I think. Oh wait, no.
Damn it.
No, his unarmed is better than I thought. Yeah, he hits you. His damage is
Lovely.
lower than I thought is what it was. I had him flipped. So this is a DC 27 as he punches you.
Ooh. You know, my toughness does go up every level.
It does, and he does have to roll for punching you. Like, he takes damage from hitting you. But he tanks it.
Yeah, my thing.
Yeah,
I
your
forget
reaction
about that.
damage.
No, that's not a bad roll. So that's going to be a 30.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you tank it no problem. He punches you really hard. You're pretty familiar with him. He's got like bionic implants that have buffed him up this way and given him his concussive blasts. So he's pretty strong. And yeah, he decks you. Doesn't really phase you. And then he teleports to be at just the right spot where he can catch everyone. And then he lets a burst like from him. So he's bringing the fight to everyone else. Yes, a very Dr. Manhattan style explosion, except he survives it. So we will get the rolls for that from you after we go check on the investigators. Haha, that's right. I'm interrupting combat. What a jerk. Bertram and Marley, where have you gone and why?
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 I reached out to some of my contacts about Deep Six, but I think before we do that, we'll head over to whatever prison / jail place they would send most of like the hired guns or the goons for
Okay.
these guys, or these people who are parts of these gangs or these groups that are being hired out, so we can
Right.
talk with those guys.
More of
and
the
see-
normal street level.
right.
And
Uh,
knowing that the Molotov Mafia, as Kate checked her notes that I used to take, was
Used
the
to.
group that we faced in Superhero Origins
it
1.
was.
Was that also the ones that they had the psychic person? I think.
That
yeah,
talked to
Grant
you?
mentioned that in part
Mhm.
1. Yeah, so maybe also finding out where that group went. Which were they also tied to the group we fought in Shenanigans 2 that had the drones and the crocodile? I didn't have
No.
that in my notes.
No, they weren't. No,
Okay.
they
I
weren't.
thought that was both the power cores in both of those episodes.
The power core was who Malakov was trading with.
Yes.
Uh,
So
There are a
yeah,
lot of
maybe
villains.
like
They
reaching
all
out
deal with each
to
other.
Lance and Aegis as well, because they were the ones that picked those guys up. So where did they go?
Yeah, so Aegis like did their normal intake thing, but yeah, Aegis is like a government body that doesn't necessarily house their own criminals anywhere, so they do get eventually given to the state and then go to various penitentiaries and such. Sometimes that's Deep Six, sometimes that is just kind of the local areas. So you're able to get in touch with those local ones. You did have the problem of last time you were dealing with the Malakov Mafia that they basically had their memories blanked whenever it was time to question them about who they worked for, because of the psychics. But it's possible that that hasn't happened to everyone who's worked with them. And yeah, it's definitely possible to dig into that or talk to various members and see maybe who all is involved in the full-scale war going on here.
and
So-
we also have the people who work with like Koshe and Duffel, like the various bagmen.
The bagmen. Yeah, if you want to visit the other bagmen that were captured in prison, very possible to do so as well.
Yeah,
And some of the
let's-
power core are in prison too, right? So like they might be some people who have some information since they were trading, that they might be maybe not on a good side with them, that might be more interested in talking as well.
It could also be interesting to just talk to Pouch, who we still have at Ravens.
Listen, I brought that up and then we got into an ethical debate and I thought, you know what? If Bertram talks to him, he's taking him out of the house. So like Bertram's just going to be uninvolved in that situation. And like he's wiped his hands clean of that and doesn't want to be involved with it because he does not feel like it's okay for us to do that. So if you want to talk to him, you're welcome to.
Maybe I will. But
Maybe you
we'll do
should.
this. We'll do this jail tour first.
Jail tour. Okay, so you have thrown out a lot of suggestions. I would say those are all possibilities. So pick one, and I will have to, I guess, make up NPC names very quickly. Oh no.
Detective Bertrum the Speck, you pick.
Since it's most recent on our mind and it's kind of active right now, let's check in on some of these guys working for Koshe. They just attacked us earlier today with his Robo Samurai.
Same day, yeah. Okay, let's do. I like that. Let's do that.
Okay.
So, Koshe and
He's
the
like a-
Malikov. Am I saying that? That's correct. The Malikov Mafia.
Yeah. Malikov. I
Malikov.
don't know if there's a good pronunciation guide.
Now, Koshe,
Some folks
does he
have it
have
for me.
like a named group that he leads?
That is the Malikov Mafia.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I've been treating them as two separate things. I understand now that that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Robo Samurai were fighting the Malikov Mafia. They started building suits because they were in danger from the Malikov Mafia.
That's where I got confused and then separated the two names. So we'll also look into these guys who were part of that group. What group had the Robo Samurai?
Robo Samurai was the Yakuza.
Oh,
That's another familiar name.
just the Yakuza.
Just the
I'm mute.
Yakuza.
We'll also look into the Yakuza.
The Emerald City branch of the Yakuza. It works like banks, I think.
It's like the Foot Clan.
So I guess up to Claude, who we find first between the Malikov Mafia or the Yakuza.
Yeah, so Bertram, you have a contact who can kind of facilitate a meeting. He would ask you, like, what are you looking for specifically? There are people that, like, we know are with the Malikov Mafia, but they usually are pretty sparse on info.
I mean,
are you
it'd be
looking for a
good to-
particular kind of guy, or like, what are we?
And we're looking for people who might know some stuff about just where to get started threads, potential leads. So also like potential people who are against them might also have information that they'd be willing to share. Not necessarily people who've worked for them.
Okay.
Also, maybe people who would be familiar with Hoshai, the Deathless.
If you
Or
are,
friends
if
for
you
now.
bring that up, they do mention that, like, allegedly that's who's behind the Malikov Mafia, but it's like a very urban legend type vibe. No one has seen this supposed Koshe, but that is who they all claim to be taking orders from.
That's interesting.
And the members definitely seem to believe that he exists. Yeah, so they kind of go back and forth with you a little bit as you're digging into who to talk to, and you're reaching out to whoever you can. And you have the connected advantage, right?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
What? Contacts?
I think
I thought you had all of these. Could be wrong. That's the wrong sheet.
No, I'm an ambassador.
You do have that.
An ambassador to people who live in your
You're
backyard.
well established in the city, so I will
Maybe.
let you kind of roll what feels right here. Persuasion to get someone to
Can
do
I
your work?
help with persuasion, or can I spend a hero point to help with this?
Yeah, that works.
Which one?
Let's get you. You can just roll to assist without a hero point needed. It's
Okay.
just not assist, help.
So I'm rolling persuasion.
You're rolling persuasion. You're both rolling persuasion.
We're both rolling because we're both so persuasive.
Persuasive.
I mean, I am. Let's see if the dice agree right now. But the dice are with me. That's gonna be a 19.
19. Okay, so Bertram, you have a +5 on yours.
Good, because I only have a +4 to persuasion.
You probably should have been the lead on, or she should have. But it is your person, so
It's
you're
your
kind of stuck.
So I have a +9, so that means it's a 29.
29, very nice.
I rolled a
So
20 on the die.
Yay!
nice. With the back and forth there, they're like, actually, from what we've been hearing from the power core members you brought in, they've been kind of fighting with or working with them. It's complicated. But I could get you in to talk with one of them. Their most cooperative member is one Margaret, aka Mags Malinsky,
That would be wonderful, actually.
aka number 2.
Yeah. I've talked with her before, so it'll be great.
She has mentioned that. That's why this came to mind. Yeah, I can get you in with the. Is it just you coming, or?
Oh no, my associate here, the tracker, will also come.
Okay.
I'm a detective in training.
Yeah, we'll set it all up. And yeah, after not too long, you are given a little interrogation room where you are able to chat with good old Mags. I really
Remind us
like this
where we've
character.
seen Mags before.
Mags has been around in here since Origins. The team took her down with Bertrum crawling into her armor, disabling it from within, and really just being a major hassle.
Twice.
Later, she was being broken out of a prison transport, and it happened again.
And now I have
Yep.
blueprints.
Yeah. Or I guess the second time she was helping someone break out, and then she ended up, she
I
ended up
think
jailed.
it's Origins 1 and Shenanigans 2 is when we
There
saw
you
her.
go. Editor's note.
Lord
Um,
Keeper.
So yeah, there are other members that have been defeated, and they are, locked up,
Around.
but they're less fun for me. So that's that.
Bertram will go in with a cup of tea, and he'll just kind of walk in and be like, "Mags, long time no see."
Bertrum Blithley.
Oh, you remember me? That's nice.
Read up on you a little bit after. I keep seeing little, if bugs or anything move out of the corner of my vision in my cell. I think it's you coming to bother me again.
I can assure you, I wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't do something like that while you're in a cell.
She,
Tracker in Bertram's mind. So, are you the bad cop? I'm the good cop here?
I don't know.
Who's this? She looks familiar.
That's the tracker.
Nice
Okay.
to meet you.
She's a friend of mine.
I remember when you were the lizard people. You ran away.
Oh yeah.
More suited for conversation than combat, I guess.
Well, we all have our strengths. She's got her arms crossed. Okay, so what
That
is this
we do.
about?
We've been having a little bit of trouble with some groups out there, namely, we've been running into the Malakov Mafia and their leader Koshe, the Deathless, as well as the Bagman and Mr. Duffel. I was curious what kind of information you might have that could help us,
You see her
deal
kind of
with-
think over this for a second, and then her eyes kind of go wide, and she leans down to kind of talk quietly, and she's like, "How obvious have you made it that you're looking into this stuff before you came here?"
Tracker is also looking at the thoughts as this is happening.
Emotion-wise, the mention of the Malakov Mafia, there was interest, and then it was kind of as it mulled over, turned into a little bit of panic.
I don't think we've rightly said too much out loud, aside from the fact that we've been attacked recently.
Okay, so you didn't go straight from dealing with the Mafia to me, right?
Correct.
No, we didn't do that.
Okay. Good.
They're making
actually
some big
haven't-
moves.
Yeah, we haven't confronted them in quite a while. They're just, as the Speck says, making moves in the city along with some other prominent groups.
Interesting. You've been seeing them with weird tech? That's what we were trading with them.
The drones?
Yeah, the drones were... Well, my employers had the drones, yeah. So
Yeah, it looks like a
were
lot of people have been picking up some big things. The Yakuza were running around with robot samurais and power armor similar to yours. I was just looking over the blueprints.
So, who was your supplier of the tech?
I mean, they haven't managed to make me say that yet, so I'm not sure why I would give anything like that to you.
Well, if they're handing out this stuff to everyone, it's gonna change up the landscape a lot by the time you're out of here. Might make things a lot harder for you.
Honestly, it's been more trouble than it's worth being with them. But without telling you who they are, I will say that the group that I was selling with has some protections against the Malakov Mafia. So working for them is a good way to make sure you don't end up accidentally working for Koshé.
Accidentally.
How do people end up accidentally working for Koshé?
Oh, I guess it is a pretty well-kept secret on this side of things, isn't it? Koshé is a psychic. Gets into the heads of people, turns them into his soldiers and agents. And, well, I guess you saw the blueprints of my armor. It had psychic blockers to at least give a little resistance from that.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
that.
why I was worried about you coming and talking to me here, because I don't have those in here. And if they find out that you're talking to me, then something could happen to me.
Claude?
Would you prefer to be in move to a facility that had psychic blockers and protections against powers?
Sam, what were you about to say? She's going to answer you in just a second, but
How many hero points would it cost me to pull out a psychic blocker that she could that Mags could have?
I don't
I've
know.
been actively working on one.
Interesting. You have, but we haven't gone through any kind of roles of you constructing one. How many hero points are you sitting on right now?
2, I think. I don't think I've been earned any extra.
I'm interested in where you're going with this, so I will take your hero points for a double edit scene to have built it and then to have it on hand as the other one. So when you build stuff, you can spend a hero point to say you have it on hand, or if you took it, but having constructed it is its own little thing. But I like it. It makes sense for what you've been doing behind the scenes and when you're off screen. So, at the cost of both hero points.
Okay, so and she says that like she's not comfortable sharing as much because of the psychic thing, because she's gonna get caught up. Bertram will reach into his pocket and pull out this small little device and put it down on the table.
I will say, because it was constructed off screen and we didn't have any particular roles for this, and this is a pretty powerful item to be able to build, you are not super sure how long this thing could work. This is very much a hacked together little thing, but it looks convincing enough for sure.
And this is the first time that Tracker would be seeing that you have this
Kind of tech.
on you. Yeah?
Yeah, probably. I think I maybe mentioned it, but I don't know if we ever talked to you about it.
I think
so.
because you have been Marley's therapist, and so you have a pretty good read of her, you do notice a bit of surprise and confusion, maybe even a little bit of hurt come across her face as she sees you take this item out that you've just been carrying around.
if this might make you maybe a little more comfortable to share some stuff.
She takes a look at it. So you really got our schematics, huh?
Yeah, I've been reading and memorizing them.
My boss is going to be pissed about that, but hey, that's what happens when you get caught.
That robo armor, the samurai armor from the Yakuza, very similar designs, very similar specs.
Oh, really? She tucks the little device thing. She kind of puts it behind her ear in a way. She's like, doesn't really adhere the best, but she's like looking around like, is there a camera that's going to catch me doing this? Marley, do you attempt to read her mind with this device?
Yeah. And before when she was saying, I want to, she wasn't telling us the name. Marley was trying to get in and see if she was thinking the name that Marley could just grab from that. So Marley is actively in there looking around.
Okay, so I'll get you to roll that one, before the device one. Roll me a mind control. Not mind control. Whoa!
I don't mind control.
Reading.
Not that
mind
bad.
reading.
Yeah.
What even in this? Okay, mind reading. Okay, cool. I'm gonna use a hero point to reroll. Thank you.
Okay. I have to check.
Who am I thinking for this hero point?
Me.
It's not from you. It is a 16 plus 6, 22 on the roll. Thank you, Record of the Realm. Thank you, Vinny, for that hero point.
22. Wow. Am I rolling? Sorry, I don't use mind reading a lot. Opposed. Let's go. So this is different between.
It says DC 16 on my thing, but I don't know. I want to use 22. I think that's better.
Yeah, that is better, and it does say it's yeah.
Cool.
It is better.
Versus, yeah. So with that, you get. That's pretty good, actually. So you have a lot of degrees of success here. Personal thoughts. You can probe deeper into the target's mind for information. You can essentially ask any one question and receive the answer from the target's mind. If the target doesn't know the answer, then you know that as well. They do know the answer for who they're working for. You get the name Ghostworks.
Ghostworks. Okay. So Bertrum, you will hear in your mind, she's working for Ghostworks. Don't tell her that we know that, obviously. And then I get to so do I get to ask a bonus question beyond that? Is that or is that what was covered by?
That was what was covered by it. Cool. But you're so close to the next degree that I want to give you a second personal thought.
Just do it.
So ask a question.
I can spend another hero point if you want me to do that. I have 3 left to recap some starting.
Fine. I will take the hero point and give you a second personal thoughts. So this is any one question, and if she knows it, I gotta share it.
I'll let. So Bertram, you'll hear. I'm in here. What should I be looking for? I'm inclined to ask just what is the most important piece of information that you're not telling us? Look, I'm a monster with the suggestion spell when it comes to D&D. Don't I break the game with a level 2 spell.
So when they said that and you learned that their supplier is Ghostworks, is that who they were working for and trading with?
Working for Ghostworks.
Yeah.
And Ghostworks are who made the suits.
I mean, I could ask just where to find Ghostworks, but I could get anything right now.
Yeah, I'm worried if it's something Malakav related, they just won't know. So
I'm gonna go with mine then.
Okay.
So yeah, Marley's gonna grab, looking for what is the most important piece of information that you're not telling us?
They really like black licorice.
She's not
That's
telling
fine.
you in relation to their operations trading with the Molotov Mafia? I guess. Because the Molotov Mafia isn't their organization. So she
It
could
could be
really
something
only
to do
tell
with
you things from her
Ghostworks.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's something
So-
like really important about hiding Ghostworks or something there.
Ghostworks
follow
That gives
that
us
thread.
the lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
is located. I'm worried I will be sending you off target. But
54.
this is the information that you have. It is located in an underground facility in the Atlas Mountains, known as the Haunt. And that's about Ghostworks.
Okay. And then is that the point where the device kicks
Yep,
in?
that's when she puts it in. And if you would like, you can roll another will check now.
Yeah, I will absolutely attempt that. I roll a will check, not a mind reading check.
Oh, sorry, I'm mind reading. I was thinking of what I'm rolling.
Okay.
It's a will for me, yeah. To be versus.
Oh, that's real good though. That's actually better than I got before. That's a 25.
25. What is your mind reading rank that you're using?
6. Right, so I add 6 to mind reading. 19 on the die plus 6. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. With this in place now, don't get any thoughts from her.
Ooh.
I got a 19 on the die and it's blocking me. That's and Bertram said this was like shoddy kind of thing. Like this is not.
It might not last, but it was built to the specs of what she had in her suit originally.
Yeah. So
Marley there is a bit of her rolling will too. Like this is resisted, so it's hard to say exactly how much oomph she's getting. I know exactly how much.
It's a combination of this device and her own will pushing Tracker out. So Tracker lands out of that.
Roll me actually an insight check too.
Sure.
Weirdly, this is kind of at yourself or your understanding of your powers.
I am here for it. Oh my gosh.
I just like to educate.
Okay, on that one. I thought it was not one. It's a 7 on the die. Plus 10 is 17. So I spent another hero point.
Nah, this isn't that important.
You have-
It's only the nature of your powers.
I
Right.
have 2 more, and it's like we're gonna I'll spend it.
Okay.
You know, alright.
What'd you get?
I'm gonna put this dice aside.
Take
that's
Grant's.
So
His dice is
4
better.
on the die, plus 10, 14, plus my insight, 24.
24. Okay, so this doesn't feel like whenever your power can't possibly affect someone. So I guess in game terms, you know this is not total immunity to mental powers.
It's just more difficult.
It doesn't feel like you have no chance of grasping onto it with this, but yeah, it's a resistance, not a complete block.
So then,
which is
Tracker
useful
will
information
say-
potentially.
I imagine this Koshai is a pretty powerful psychic.
If the rumors are true about him, so I don't mind sharing this now. She says, pointing to the back of her ear. So basically, there have been 2 big psychics in the underworld of Emerald, and that is Koshai the Deathless, who no one's ever seen, and then there was a villain known as Big Brain, and no one's heard from him in forever. But the 2 used to be against each other. Both a
What
problem.
happened between them?
It's just they're men. They both want to control things, and they can't both do that.
When Marley heard, because a psychic reached out to her after that fight with the Molotov Mafia, was that I thought that voice was a feminine voice, you said? Do I have that wrong in my memory?
No. Yeah, you have it wrong.
Okay, so it was a masculine voice. It was probably one of those two talking to her. So I guess then Tracker would say, was Big Brain in the area when we met you?
No. I don't think he would have been involved in what, or in any way related. Like, he's been kind of off the board for a while from what I understand.
Was Koshai on the... Koshai was active on a player on the board around that time.
Oh yeah, that we were trading with the Malakov Mafia that day. Some of our weapons.
So he's probably involved with the brain stuff that was happening.
So, if these two being powerful enough psychics, especially Koshai, to actually control people, that device is something that would help you resist, but not provide a full resistance.
As far as I know, it's supposed to keep people out of my head.
Well, everything can be broken.
Would you prefer to be moved to a facility that had those safeguards in place, like Deep Six?
I don't think I want to be in Deep Six.
Would you rather?
It's not like
be
a total hellhole, but
okay. Then we won't. But if that changes, if you think that, if you get any inkling that you are in danger, I don't believe a device like that would be strong enough to fully protect you from people like them.
yeah.
Well, if you ever feel like you're in danger, just let, and I'll give like a couple of names. Any of them know, and they could reach out to me.
Yeah, you're helping us, so we will keep doing what we can to help you.
Oh yeah, that.
Well, shouldn't die. Yeah, that.
Make it look like I was not helpful to you.
Of
Oh
course.
yeah, and Max.
Extremely uncooperative, wouldn't tell us anything.
I'll spit on one if you want.
If we're looking just for more information outside of here, is there some people or places you know that we can go look into, maybe find some more details out? Like people who higher up?
Just in general, if you're looking for to skulk about with the villain types, there's Joy's nightclub would be one spot. I don't know a lot of the haunts. We're a mobile group mostly. We just kind of camped here. It went bad. Didn't really get out in time, did I?
Yeah. Do you have much experience with the Bagmen, or do you know much about them?
Oh no, Bagman. It's a cute organization, but it's a weird gimmick, and they've never really been impressive to me.
Okay.
Another question about Koshai. Do you know what his ultimate goal is? What it is that he actually wants? Or what goals he would usually work towards? What sort of projects he would take on?
Just control, as far as I know. And I thought he was pretty comfy with the area he had, but he was buying weapons from us, so I mean that could point towards expansion.
Okay. And one other thing. I'm going to pull out a picture of the Cult of Eris symbol, the 5 fingers. Like, you ever see people with this, or you see this around town when you're working?
Marley, see if you
Insight check?
See if you can insight, yeah. And if
Just-
you want to throw a mind reading as instead,
I can
of
try for both?
insight, you can try, yeah.
Can I
Okay.
try insight?
You can definitely try insight.
All right.
Ooh.
I will try for both. So I'll roll the insight first. Okay, this die likes me more. That's a 27 on the insight.
I
Okay.
got 24.
I'll try the mind reading again just for fun too, because why not? No, that's weak sauce. That's a 14.
14 total, yeah.
But 27 on just
20,
using...
yeah, both looking at the insight. She covered it pretty quickly, you would say, but there was just a hint of recognition upon seeing the symbol.
Does the mental block also block the emotion sense for Marley, like the thoughts and the emotions, or just the thoughts?
Let me see exactly what it is. Mental effects. There's an argument that can be made since I don't know the exact. I need to see what descriptor we put on the emotional
The
one.
empathy.
You would think it's emotional, but
Yeah,
Isn't emotions just mental?
just a
though?
part of mental.
They do have them as two separate things in the thingy, though.
That's fair.
Just
I think
saying.
one would follow under the umbrella of the other one, so maybe it's less effective at reducing it.
Yeah.
Say.
Damn
I'll
good.
say that it takes a penalty to the emotion thing. Makes sense to me too.
Yeah. I would say you get just a flicker, especially with the insight kind of informing you of what this vibe is, that not that flicker.
Like, how does she feel about...
Yeah, there was like this brief because she did recognize it from the combination of body language that she fixed really quickly. An insight score of that, like she can't fully get out of that. And the DC, like Bertram, you clock it immediately as well.
Yeah. Max, come on, let's don't die on a hill here.
I don't know what it means.
What would jog your memory?
I don't know that there's anything y'all could get me here that wouldn't bring attention to me that could be a problem.
They're not gonna know you said anything. These people, bad business, bigger than Koshai.
They're already a huge problem for everyone.
They're just gonna make things harder the more they are left alone.
So
If
I've
we're
got
dealing with the bigger fish, then we won't be going after you and yours.
I've got my other two guys here, number 4 and number 6.
What are their names?
Dell,
You don't need to know that. We don't
Dell and
need-
Darren. It's fine. They're here. They've been revealed. They're in prison.
Public
Dell,
information.
Dell and Darren. Thankfully they have names already. Didn't have to make them
Amazing.
up. They
I'm trying to save you.
they don't have the benefit of this that you just gave me. If you can hook them up with this, then we can talk.
It'll take a little bit of time.
I got time.
Listen, you know me. I'm a pretty trustworthy person. So what if you give us the information now, and then I bring those up as soon as I can?
I don't really deal in maybes or laters. You bring those here.
Is that something that you can
We'll talk.
arrange? You'll hear that in your head. Could you?
Yeah,
make one of those?
probably. Yeah,
And
it shouldn't be too hard.
And the GM will
Maybe
actually
Raven.
make you go through the building steps.
Maybe
Okay.
Raven can help with it too.
Yeah, Raven and Gabe can help with that stuff. I've already talked to Raven and Gabe about helping me build this stuff to house the eye in, so
So,
we're
let's
working
do
on stuff
that.
already.
all right, we'll get more devices for 4 and 6, Dell and Darren.
Okay.
All right,
If that's
In the
all you got for me,
meantime-
then
Mags, if
Yeah.
anything caught wind in any way, you just reach out as best you can.
We'll say that you were
Sure.
very uncooperative. One
Yeah,
more
we should make a
question.
little fuss on your way out.
Last question. Those drones that were circling the crocodile fighter,
Oh
what
yeah,
did those do?
those were recording for sort of like a product demonstration.
For your employer's product demonstration?
Creating these lizard men. The name of whom you don't feel comfortable sharing right now.
Right.
You have shared a lot with us, and you've been very uncooperative, not helpful
Sure
at all.
have.
We're
You're
in a
the
very
worst.
frustrated state.
Absolutely.
If I wasn't a pacifist, I'd punch you in the face.
You know what would make me really feel better about this whole situation?
Oh no.
Because you kind of gave me hell in the suit last time.
I
It
didn't
doesn't-
mean to make you feel too bad.
It
I
doesn't
just...
look good. So you can handle getting like a black eye, right?
Yeah, it happens.
It's gonna feel weird you just standing there and taking it, but
Well, let me take off my goggles.
Hey,
and she just
this is weird. I don't want to.
in like a second like clears the space and just there's the panel, it goes black and then there's pow, and then we cut back to the other group as Bertram
Did you
apparently
need
gets
us to
stopped.
roll deception,
off
or is that
panel.
gonna just
Roll
be there?
deception on the way out. You have
Oh.
a +5 bonus. I know you're not the most deceptive.
Oh.
Do I get a +5 bonus?
You didn't get punched.
Oh, yeah. I don't want it then. Never mind.
I got a 21, so I'm just gonna like throw myself into the door as I get punched.
It's mostly the deception is on the way out, being like, oh, this was a terrible time. I don't like that woman one bit.
I also got a
That's how people
21.
talk after. Really? Double
Yeah.
21s.
And once we are clear, or we can smash cut.
We'll smash cut at the POW. You can.
All right.
You'll probably have a chance for a word after, like at the very end.
After these messages.
After these messages, I cut off at Cannon's turn, and I was having you all roll for his explosive attack.
Yeah.
What a fun place to leave you sitting with. Let me pull up his sheet again. I need to put every villain in one thing. This is a dodge check, DC 18.
I can do this.
Roll badly.
Wow. Quill passes.
Out.
No, my gosh.
Ember does not pass. I got a 12.
Okay, how did you do, Revenant? You are muted. Muted and masterminds.
Ha. So I had to roll.
Guys.
So I decided to roll use a hero point to re-roll because I rolled a 4.
Oh.
And then I rolled a 1. So
Well, 11
Masterminds
plus your
are
yeah.
Alice's missing version of this game, by the way.
So 11 plus your dodge.
which is a 10. So 21.
Oh,
I
nice.
literally cannot not miss this.
You passed. So only where are you? Ember, you are rolling a DC 23 toughness check.
Alrighty. I'm better
Whereas
at
the other two are rolling math. DC 19 toughness.
Okay.
As he has this big boom from him, the ground cracks. You can see why he causes collateral damage, because he just explodes. He never stops exploding.
26.
26? Oh, you
Wait,
have
do
no
I
problem with
roll and then add my toughness, or
Yes.
Sorry, no. 25. Sorry. My brain is not braining today.
it. Ember, you are A-okay.
yeah, 21.
21. You are also okay because you made that first dodge check. Revenant, what's this face?
I rolled an 11.
11 total? Okay, well, at least
Lovely.
you made that first dodge check, so you are dazed and with a -1 to future toughness saves.
Oh, actually, I forgot I had that -1 from before, so technically it's
lower.
a 10.
No.
10. You're still good. Wait. Yeah. Hasn't fallen to the next degree, but now with the -2, you could. Yeah, so I'm playing with a special rapid fire villain rule. Only those super plugged into Mutants and Masterminds know that this is a cool thing, where a villain can act multiple times in a turn. And I like to give everyone a hero point when they enter that mode. So just so you know, Cannon takes 2 actions every turn. And we do circle back around to Revenant. The people are no longer in danger. You have rescued them. And then this guy kind of got close enough to boom everyone.
I'll go all yours, Ember, and I will try to pin him.
Do it. Do the thing.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, I'm going to leave.
I thought so too. I was like, okay.
All yours, dude. You got it.
You got it, bro. I'm out. I'm out of here.
Right. I'm trying to find the
Deuces.
that snare. There we go.
Snare.
Let's see. That one rolls well. Yay. So I rolled an 18.
An 18, unfortunately, hits him.
With, oh, well, yeah, and it might go higher too.
Unfortunately
That's
for
just-
me.
Yeah, that's like literally
Oops.
just the roll. I don't know all the pluses, but I don't know.
Oh,
if
that's
that
what you
matters.
got on the die? Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely got him.
Okay.
That is actually the DC to hit him.
Oh,
Spoilers,
look at that.
as I share.
And
exactly what
ironically, my DC is 18 on this.
Okay, and that's a dodge?
It says resisted by dodge. Yeah.
He's got a decent dodge. He's got this. What's the first degree of failure on that?
Hindered and vulnerable.
Hit and vulnerable. Ugh. Okay. Hindered and vulnerable. Let's go.
And so everybody would see like his shadow lift off the ground and come behind him and grab his arms and pin him.
Ooh.
Very nice. Very nice. I thought vulnerable was a second degree. Dang it.
No, that's defenseless and immobilized.
Oh yeah. Vulnerable is a very strong one. For a first degree. Good job. Yeah, he failed that. Dang. All right, he is vulnerable to attack, and then we are at Quill. Quill, it was one-on-one. It still kind of is, but he did attack you. It's kind of a
I
weird
was
gray
gonna
area.
say, yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you had even-ish odds, and then you were dishonorable first. So we are no longer beholden to, give that there.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cannon.
But Revenant did say Ember all yours. And so Quill is not going to act before Ember does.
Okay,
Can she hold her action till after if he's still up?
you could. Yeah.
Yeah, like Ember, like Quill sort of like flies up and is perching like a gargoyle on top of like a lamppost or something, just like watching them now.
Okay. Perfect. Ember. Mess this guy up. Is he not taking a hit yet? No, he took a -1.
He took one. So here's a couple of things that are about to happen, right?
Uh-oh.
One, I have 2 hero points.
Oh, nar.
First hero,
Arnar.
Nar.
first hero point is
Don't do
being
it.
spent to take an advantage.
Oh, you're doing stuff. Okay. Let's go.
I've done this before. I'm taking the extraordinary effort advantage for the moment.
So, I hate to do this. Hold on. Let me make sure of something.
Well, can I use then my action to give him the help action?
Oh, you could. You could. Let me check one thing about extraordinary effort. No, you're
I
good.
want
You can
Ember
take it.
to do-
I'm never sure if it's a fortune advantage because that's the only ones you can't take with the taken advantage thing. So yeah, you get extraordinary effort.
Extraordinary effort. And then I will extra effort and get 2 things from it. And I'm going to take 2 extra actions. The first, so I'm gonna move up to this guy and hammer him 3 times.
Oh my god!
right in the solar plexus, or in the sternum, whichever one comes first.
Quill, if you are doing the aid to help him, do you want to aid his attack or his defense?
He's being held, so his attack.
Okay.
Like have fun with this guy.
Gotcha. Okay, so you will roll like you're doing your unarmed attack, and depending on what you get, you'll give either a +2 or a +5 to
Okay.
Ember against this already vulnerable guy.
Oh, the roll isn't great, but I have a good bonus. I still get to add my bonus, right?
Yep.
Okay, that is an 18.
18. So you get a +2 on your hit to smash this guy.
And I'm also going to all-out attack on all of these.
You will not miss.
Maximum effort.
The vulnerable only lasts for your first hit, though, because it damage breaks the snare.
That's fine. That's okay.
It's if he attacks it to damage it, so he'll stay held. Yeah. Unfortunately,
I thought any damage would knock it out.
He was gonna on his turn immediately do his burst because that would destroy it, and then do stuff, but he might not get the chance. We'll see.
There's a 21 hit on the first one.
21 does hit because he is very vulnerable right now.
And he's holding him like straight up, like Hook under the shoulder shadow is. Yeah. So this is if this guy was a punching bag, I'm just
he is right now.
Like just hammer in the midsection. So that's a 21 to hit the first time.
Okay.
And Bertram thinks I'm the violent one.
He's right.
I'm assuming.
Well, but being the violent one, Revenant.
Does the +2 go away after the first one?
For the aid, usually people aren't attacking 3 times. So let me see how long it lasts. I think it's to Quill's next turn, though. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Till the end of your ally's next turn. So this is the whole thing.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, 8 is sick.
This is what we're doing. It's a great time.
I slipped down.
25 on the second one.
Okay. What are the toughness DCs? Because I haven't actually. I'm gonna roll them all at the end
29.
as he just explodes. That's a hit too. as you blow this man up.
Yeah. So first one 21, second one 25, last one. 23.
Yep, all hits. This
DC is 29.
29. Here we go. 3 rolls. Ooh. Hey. Not bad. What is that total? Not enough. Actually, he tanks the first hit.
Ooh.
Actually, that is shocking. And then it goes pretty downhill after that. Shoot. So the second one, he is immediately, I guess he's not expecting all of these to come at him. So the second one, he then gets staggered at another -1. And then the last one, because of the minuses, ends up as the second stagger, and you knock him unconscious. I would say what is strange about this, having fought Cannon before in the past, he is not quipping, he's not saying anything. As you're punching him before the light leaves his eyes from you knocking him out, you can tell that he was already kind of not there. And yeah, you incapacitate him. Tell me exactly what this combo looks like, because I feel like it's a splash page.
It's a sort of, as he's grabbed and held, a run up, and then like I said, the first two are sort of like uppercuts right to the midsection, and then the last one is a jump up, just because it's cool. It's a jump up, elbow to the back of the head, and then another uppercut followed right after that.
Gosh. Yeah, so I would say to go against my previous description, all the hits, like they're coming in one after the other. Like you can flavor multiple hits for each punch. You're just wailing this guy. You do the elbow, like coming back down, hitting the back of his head. And as you're coming in for the final uppercut, it's like just before you make contact that you see his expression go from like the blank, very like angry on task thing to snapping into more of like a bewildered, like, wait, what is going on? And he looks a lot more himself just before that last punch lays him out. And you have defeated him. He goes sprawling a few feet back. It would be worrisome to see like someone who's not enhanced to the degree that he is fall the way he does, but you know he can survive that. His bionic enhancements and whatnot. He's gonna be alive.
I'll look to Quill and give you like a nod. Thanks for that assist there.
Yeah, she's literally like doing a little clappy thing with her hands.
Don't worry, Revenant. I was gonna thank you next. Here's the deal, though. Something's wrong with him. He's not like this normally.
Like, how wrong? Like, in what way?
Yeah, he's usually a talker. He likes to gab and throw insults and make you mama jokes.
Well, we do know that side has a psychic that was wiping memories. So maybe
it didn't seem like he was. Yeah, it didn't seem like he was there.
That's concerning. That people are being taken over.
And as you continue talking about the mind control, we cut over to leaving a jail with poor Bertram holding a ice pack on his head, or a stake. I don't know what he's got.
I mean, as soon as we're clear of that, Tracker would say, "Do you want me to heal that for you?"
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, here. And she just, I don't actually know if her healing it's close. She'll just like touch your shoulder, and I think the emotion that you get is there's a bit of, I think, sadness from everything that conversation was, but also gratefulness for the way that they were able to do it together. So that's the feeling as Marley heals you.
Well, thank you, Marley. I mean, Tracker. That was in my mind. This is all in my head.
We'll say it's in the mind. We'll say.
I was going to say 3 onlookers are like just
now. Yeah, so we'll.
Yes,
so
we got it.
We'll use the mental chat. Right, we got some good information from there. Back to Ravens. Send a quick text to the others that went well and we're on our way, I guess.
Yeah, I'm assuming y'all would have headed back after this fight once things were cleared up. So everyone can actually end together again if we would like. But I think Bertram wants to say a thing.
I do. Did I ever hear back about the Deep Six?
Deep Six, someone, a contact who I have not yet named, I will rehash their name when it comes up later, thinks they could get you in for a chat. They're just trying to put together exactly who you could talk to there, but yeah, they're in touch, and you will be speaking with the warden to see who you can chat with. So
wonderful. And that'll be
on your radar.
Another day to chat with.
As either group is returning to Ravenholm, as I am calling it currently, do they share any conversations between the lot of you before the rejoining TM?
Yeah, put in the group chat that conversation went well. We're on our way back to Ravens. Are you all okay? Good to meet up?
Wait, hold on. Before you
Oh.
send that,
Yeah.
should we maybe not say that the conversation went well over text?
Oh, with our... Yeah, we can just say we had a conversation. We can meet up at Ravens. You think people would be watching our phones?
It's possible. Some of us have lives.
Don't give the
outside of
DM
here.
ideas.
I mean, yeah,
Please?
that's... Look, I have... This is all over mind chat, too. It's like, that's the reason why I have 2 different ones, so...
Yeah, but
And we have run into the tech hackers, the hex tech people.
I want it to be known that as a vampire storyteller, I always think about this line's not encrypted. You're not getting away with this.
it might just be safe. At least about the deal we made. We don't know if we want to have that.
We should all use that zap.
Okay, so then Marley will change the message to... Oh, wait.
You say that's it.
What's,
That's amazing.
what's happening?
I just clicked.
What's happening?
I don't
Did I
know. Grant
Oh,
made
wait.
a good joke and then disappeared.
Oh, well, I can't hear Grant, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
There we
he
go.
was talking about
Awesome.
you should use that app to be more careful.
Yep.
Alright.
Awful.
So
Show
I
everybody
will,
Facebook.
I'll send to the group. We had a conversation. Are you ready to meet up again at Ravens? Are you all okay?
I got punched in the face.
Now,
don't know.
unfortunately, there's no evidence of it because you were healed.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
so it sounds like
So
you're lying.
sad. Marley healed you. Oh no.
It is the worst.
I, on the other hand,
More proof
come
that
in,
she's evil.
come in leaning on Ember.
So we all meet up there. Yeah, I mean, as soon as Marley sees you, she's going to run up and can I? Oh my! What happened? Can I help you? Can I heal you, please?
Yeah, at first we had Lightborn. They decided to show up. And then a thing called Cannon. Ember's more familiar with him, but he seemed to be under control of someone.
Oh, that guy, he's always talking about my mom.
Mind
Yeah.
control?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You love telling your mama jokes.
Okay, just the general.
That is so
Right.
crazy that he knows all of your mothers.
That's what I
mean,
thought
my
that
mom's
too.
dead,
Very
so-
well from how he tells it
Yeah.
too.
He said a lot of
I'm not
things that made
surprised.
me feel like he knew who my mom was.
My mom's been dead for 17 years, so I'm not quite sure.
I
you
think
told
that
him?
line was said.
Too soon,
as-
Cannon. Too soon.
Yeah, Marley just goes in to hug Travis, and it's just like, I'm glad you're safe. I'm sorry that the worst person in your life to came up. And yeah, just that hug of like, thank you for coming back safe. And that's what's gonna heal you there. And then as you're talking about someone being mind controlled, I'm gonna look at Bertrum and say, well, that's in Koshay's bag, not to be confused with the bag of the bagman, different bags, metaphorical bag. But Koshay is a powerful psychic that mind controls people.
Mhm.
People become unfortunate to work for him. And after talking to Mags, I'm pretty sure that I did hear him talk to me when we fought the Malakov Mafia on the first day that we met, Leo. So he's also, there's a scary psychic out there that is aware of us. And Mags made it pretty evident that it's not someone that you want to wear of you. So we're going to need to be very careful as we keep working on
No.
this.
he also talked about another psychic called Big Brain, who hasn't been around for a while. Potentially, these two are working together now. They had been against each other, but with this whole cult thing going on, there's potentially a lot of big players teaming up.
And I'll just suddenly go, they got it! And I'll show, like, they have film of me saving civilians.
Grainy Twitter footage.
Are any of you all familiar with Ghostworks?
Question for the story, for the GM.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the question. Mainly, I want to reference the fact that I've been, on my own time, looking into a lot of criminal people for reasons.
For reasons.
Yeah.
Ghostworks does ring a bell. For you, the name has come up in some files that you had access to, heavily redacted files relating to someone who matters a lot to you. Ghostworks was involved with them. I think you know who they are.
So I'm just clarifying because Grant also asked this question. You're talking
yes.
to me?
Oh yes, sorry. That's to that is specifically to Ember.
Then yeah, I think you, at the mention of Ghostworks, you'd see. Well, Marley, you'd feel an intense anger, and from Ember at that moment. And it says, "What?"
I take it you're familiar. Ghostworks.
I have a location
Yeah.
for them, Leo. I had to dive real deep in her mind to get it. She was not giving us that information. But it's located underground in the Atlas Mountains. They called the place the Haunt.
They made those lizard men, and I believe they made both. I'm gonna pull out the blueprints and make them grow to normal size. Do they, looking at them now, like together with that in mind, do they both look like they're definitely both designed by Ghostworks?
Not exactly. It almost looks like the watchdog armor itself, the samurai ones that were based on the watchdog armor, that looks like totally separate. But the Ghostworks definitely modified the power core armors.
Okay.
You get that impression. You can see where the differences are between them. Well, actually, yeah. Let me rewind that back a little bit. You see that like there are some similarities between the power core armor and this too. It's definitely that the watchdog armor was the basis for the samurai suits, and then they got additions that match power core stuff.
Okay, so they used
there we go.
Oh, so it's a different, separate from Power Core. Then they took Power Core stuff and adapted it to this.
Yep.
Okay, so it was modified. It was basically modified by Ghostworks then.
Yep.
Or,
That's what you're
Okay.
able to. Yeah. I mean, you have both things, so it doesn't really even require.
now I know how to make
You can-
lightsabers.
Second,
no. Yes.
but just because there is some sort of tie in here that I'm picking up. Do these, now that I'm seeing these, because I'm assuming you're showing the blueprints to everybody.
Yeah, I put them on the pool table.
Now that I'm seeing these, do these look at all familiar to like a certain type of thing that happened before? I'm trying so hard not to.
Ember's not
I
sure.
want Ember lore so bad, but
I need a whole episode that's a big Ember lore drop, and that'll probably be coming pretty dang soon. Everything makes sense for it to line up soon. I want specific people in the episode, but yeah, we'll get to it.
So Ember does two things. The first thing is get real mad.
Great
and it's-
step.
and you don't
first
have
choice
to
in
be
any
Marley
process.
to
Oh, he gets really hot.
you don't-
I'm gonna make sure he doesn't accidentally burn these blueprints or purposefully burn them.
And you don't have to be Marley to tell that he's angry.
But it
And
helps.
then the second thing he says is, I gotta make a call. I'll be back. And I step out and I call my brother.
as Marley feels you getting mad and she's talking about this, she was walking over to, I think, grab your hand and stand next to you. And if you're okay with it, that moment just gets missed as you leave to talk to Darius.
Yeah, I don't think I perceive it.
Yeah.
It's not ignoring, but it's just
No,
like
it's
unofficial.
it's just missed.
I think as like Quill sort of like sensing like, oh, it's tense in here. I don't like that. She brings out the bombs and the electrical stick, and she's like, and I got some trinkets, and she's holding out these like bombs.
Bomb out.
Do you know what those are, Quill?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the other room. I'm not in the same
Look,
room
guys,
as
I have anti-revenant weaponry.
You know what?
Well, one of the guys that was after Revenant kind of tossed one of these on the floor, and it made like a booming sound and like a big light, and then Revenant couldn't like see for a little bit, which is very concerning, but he's okay now. So I thought they'd be useful, and after we tied them up, I figured I'd take them.
Now, was it mostly just light, or was there like fire involved?
She looks to Revenant because she was on the other roof when it happened.
Revenant, are these just like flashbangs, or are they grenades?
Oh no, they hurt.
Oh, okay.
There's like, it's not fire, like the light blinded me, but then there's definitely compression coming out of it. So
I will grab my fanny pack, and I'll be like, maybe we should put them in here for now.
There's a whole panel that shows that this is a new fanny pack and not the one that had the eye in it.
Yeah.
It's a newer make and model.
The older one has come to life and is
Was that the
terrorizing us all.
2022?
It's a 2022 high sock dad.
Oh,
Yeah,
heck
she
yeah.
was so
Perfect.
excited to show you all her new trinkets, and then you just like
Scooped
take
them
them
up.
away from her, and she
I'm
wasn't expecting
suggesting
that. She's
Oh.
like, "Oh, okay."
Those are really
She
cool.
puts them in the bag very, very sadly.
Quill, I mean,
give them back.
they are really,
Give them back.
they are really cool, Quill. They just have the chance to explode in our face and hurt us. So,
I was gonna be really careful.
oh, I was
and
gonna
then
give you the
some of
bag.
you- Oh,
I wasn't gonna keep them. I just thought you might need a bag to hold them instead of your hands.
yes.
Yeah.
And she like stands and she's like, she doesn't know how to put it on, so she just
Oh.
T-poses so you could like.
I'll put it around your waist.
Absolutely incredible.
Now Quill has a fanny pack.
I figured because a lot of you can do like magic and things, and then things come out of your hands, and Revenant, his shadow goes out and does things, and I don't have that, and I have to be very close, and so I thought maybe these I could throw and do something
yeah.
similar to
I
what
think-
the rest of you can do.
And it sounds like they don't kill people, so that's also helpful.
oh no, it hurt.
Oh, it hurt, but it didn't blow your arm off.
Revenant is just like very strong.
Is also a superhero.
Also that, yeah.
Normal person could not.
I mean, I feel
Bro.
like anyone could probably punch him in the face, and it would hurt about the same.
And I'll turn to Quill and go like, Princess, I'm gonna be honest. You on your own is plenty.
That's
You
also
could stand toe to toe with all of us. If not you could kick my butt. I know this. If you could touch me.
Yeah, I think she has been having like in all of these fights, she sees all of you doing some incredible things. And blasting beams and changing your size and the portals and stuff. And she has been feeling a little bit like, well, I don't do any of that. And so I think at hearing Revenant say that to her, like there is a genuine sort of like a very genuine like smile, like a thank you.
yeah. You gotta
Like
keep
she
in
needed
mind.
to hear that, I think.
You gotta keep in mind, you've had all this since you were born. It's all so familiar to you that it's easy to overlook how extraordinary it is and how
Well-
extraordinary you can be.
My people are all, I suppose by your standards, very strong. So I'm not necessarily special. I just wanted to be able to do more, I guess.
But princess, like, I could never do what you do. Like, I absolutely could not. I am not strong at all. I've tried to drag somebody off a building and it failed utterly.
We all have our own strengths and weaknesses and our own values.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do
Leo
I get to keep
can't
them
fly.
anyways?
Keep what? Those? Yeah, you can hold on to them. You got the whole bag now. What's those
Okay.
other things? You said the little sticks?
Oh, a stick. She hadn't pressed the button, but she does it now. So I don't know what it does.
It like lights up with like basically little arcs of energy are coming off.
Oh,
Oh, it's like a taser nightstick.
It's an anti-revenant nightstick.
Chalk baton.
Poke
Oh,
with it.
that
Do it.
looks like that would hurt a lot.
maybe.
But could incapacitate someone pretty quick.
I suppose. She clicks it again and stuffs it.
I like
Thank you.
I like that with
Yeah.
a fanny pack and a few bombs. She's just a better version of Salvo. It hurts. It's my character, but better in every way.
It's like when we have Bluetooth speakers to talk to each other. When Marley's
Yeah, I don't need Marley anymore.
Oh,
Also,
Rip.
there was, well, they talked about how he seemed not to be in all of his mind.
the
And
cannon guy.
that's, I don't know, not the first time or the second time that, not just the enemies and bad people, but the eye and all of that. Bertram, you said you were working on something that could help.
Yes, I discovered it worked today.
Okay.
I put it on the bad guy we talked to, and it seemed to shut Marley out of her mind.
yes, but it's
right.
not impossible to
I
get
thought you
in.
stepped out of the room. I was like, what?
Oh, did I? No, because
No, you didn't. Bertram forgot.
Bertram was like,
Marley's just been real quiet as Kate was dealing with tech. Yes, but it's not impossible for someone powerful enough to get in. It creates a stronger barrier. It helps you resist it. It makes it more difficult, but
Okay.
It's like
It's
a
not-
shield. It can
I-
still be broken through, but it's
But it
strong.
is better than nothing, I think.
Yes.
And do you think I don't know if you'd be able to make one that works for me too? It might be a little different than the one that works on all of you, because I suppose I am different up there as well,
I mean,
but
when I reach
can-
out to you for our mental chat, it feels the same. Like, I can recognize different people feel different beings. Everyone's a different being, but on my end, it's the same
Well,
work.
we've
So-
actually established that you can sense her emotions, but you cannot read her mind.
Oh, I mean, she has. Yeah, I guess I haven't tried reading your thoughts, but yeah. Okay, so then we can backtrack that. All right, backtrack. Zip. Yes, your mind does work a little bit differently, so doesn't mean it
I can
can't be done.
tinker. Yeah, I can tinker around with it.
You might
Okay.
also see if you can look into a way to make a shooty version. Or if we see someone like cannon again, we can try to shoot them with it to like insta block. Just an idea.
That might not be my expertise here.
You haven't found someone to steal that from yet.
How dare
As
you?
you're like, I don't know if I can do that. By which I mean, I have not yet stolen that.
I don't know how I feel
Where's-
about a gun that lets me take away people's powers.
Where's
I
Salvo's
think you should
girlfriend?
look into
something
it.
that might be being developed by some new Kensington Cares partners, but
Oh, great. I'll steal
we
that
have
from him.
we have a lot to look into. We have a lot of names and leads and work to be done.
I maybe need to look into this Kensington Cares place. It sounds pretty awful.
Bertrum,
With-
I'm
with
Marley
that-
right now.
As they start arguing about Kensington or discussing, it's not an argument. It's fine.
You're my therapist. You know this already.
We cut to Leo making his phone call. We get the very short, because we're going to cut it off for drama's sake. Your brother does indeed answer the phone. Leo.
Before I want to make it clear, I don't go outside,
Gotcha.
but I do go away from everyone else. But when he answers, I just go, I know where they're at.
What?
Ghostworks.
You found him?
Not me, but kind of lined up with hero work.
And with that, we bring the issue to a close.
What?
Thank you so much for
Hell yeah.
a wonderful game.
All the
Wow, wow,
suspense, yo.
Also, it's been really fun to have 3 weeks in a row as I realize that now we're going to be 3 weeks off. Blame Sam for making Claude move. But we will
You could have just stayed.
But
Famous fault,
not
man.
everyone knows the lore there. But that's fine.
we
I
will
like it.
return with superhero shenanigans. Our next episode of this is July 16th. But I will get to all of that in a moment. First, if you have not already entered the giveaway and you're watching in the Twitch live chat, enter now. Type giveaway in the chat if you want to win PDFs of the Basic Heroes Handbook for Mutants and Masterminds and the Reign of Cats and Dogs Adventure from Green Ronin Publishing, who are our sponsors. Superhero Shenanigans on their website gets you discounts on their stuff. And I got my baseball cap, but I'm not going to do the whole read again. Don't be a poop. Free RPG day. Go pick up expand stuff. Do the thing. Speed running. Thank you, Green Ronin Publishing. Well, you're doing this early, and Tasha's not even here. I do want to pass it around to you guys to talk about who you are and where we can find you, and then we'll wrap it up and out. So does anyone want to go first with that?
Can anybody explain what the hell was happening?
If you want to know, you got to subscribe to the Patreon.
I'm really
or
so confused.
watch Shenanigans issue 14, the very beginning of it, and you'll know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
episode happened? Okay.
Yeah.
It was something that just started happening.
It's a stip.
Yeah. Blame Natasha.
Well, yes. Someone talk about yourself and where to
Okay.
find you and what you do. Grant,
I'll talk
go
about
do the
me.
thing.
Hey, I'm Grant, at Nerdith on all the socials. And I am going to be playing on Saturday, so come watch us play the
The
Expanse. It's going to be super fun. And yeah, you can always see me here whenever we're streaming. And yeah, had a blast with you guys. Thanks for hanging around with the
Fun as
Next up.
always. Who wants to go next? Sam?
I'll do it.
Oh, no, Extell. Extell, do it. You said you'd do it. Do it, go.
I'll do it. Hello, I'm Extell. You can find me at Extra the King on all the socials. I am the social media manager for Tales from the Table Studios, in which we have announced our Sundered Skies Fabula Ultima game. So check that out, coming up on the 29th at, it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. So come by and check that out. I'm GMing. It's going to be a good time. Everything's going to be fine. The sky's not falling apart. That's not why it's called Sundered Skies. Don't worry about it. You can catch me here for this when I'm on this. And also, I think something's happening next week. I think next week is the.
I'll
the
talk
Pride.
about the stuff on this
Oh,
channel.
yeah.
I got you.
Cool beans. And then you can you can find me on Start Playing, where I'm running a bunch of stuff. There's Vampire up there. They got Werewolf stuff. They got Fabio Ultima. Come on by, play a game with me. It'll be a good time. Catch my Ko-fi, where I write my story, the story of Cal Stormbreaker, which I'm working on. I promise. It's just slow going. A lot of stuff is happening in life in California, where I live, so it's a good time. Let's see, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing? I don't know. You'll find out, though, if you follow me on socials. So give it a try and don't cry. Yeah.
I love it. I highly encourage having catchphrases. I enjoy mine.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone I get mistaken for, hi, Yuri.
Oh, not me?
Hello. But hey, everybody, once again, my name is Yuri. That is Yuri, pronounced she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the interwebs. You can find me on Monday as a guest over at Forging Fates for the time being. You can find me on Tuesdays over at Happy Jack's RPG as we play the Electric State RPG and Atomic Punk Road Trip game, and everything's fine, and we're not criminals, fugitives running from the law or anything. It's all good. And then you can find me here more often than not after this 3-week break, I suppose. And if you are also in the LA area, on Saturday for Free RPG Day, going to be over at Geeky Teas, and then in the evening we'll be getting together over at the Roguelike Tavern for a quick hang out with the folks from the Crit Awards. So if you're in the area, come on over and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Amazing. Sam, you can go now.
How many times do you die when you go to the roguelike bar?
Depends if you're wearing a red shirt.
No. They actually do like game nights and stuff, like brawls and PvPs. It's fun. It's a good nerdy time.
Nice.
It sounds rad. That's cool.
I'm Sam, often mistaken for Kate the Great Cosplay. I was playing Bertrum Blithley tonight. If you want to see more of me, I am on this show a fair amount. But if you want to hear me and not see me, I've got some podcasts on the Atomic Broadcasting. Written in the Lost is a Pathfinder 2 weekly show that I'm a player in. And Season 2 of Records of the Unknown, a Delta Green horror conspiracy show, just wrapped, and I GM that one. It's a wonderful show. I love it a lot. And if you happen to be in the Hutchinson, Kansas area this weekend, I'm going to be on Saturday over at the HutchCon. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to have a panel there, so we're pretty excited. It's going to be pretty fun. Looking forward to meeting some people. And if you want to see what I'm up to, you can follow my socials. Atomic Broadcasting just kind of tells you all about what we do. And then for me, Blue Sky Comic Sam's one, and Threads is sarver.sam. And then I don't know if Kate wants me to say the other thing, but because it's not.
I talked about it a little bit in the Atomic Think Tank, so it's been discussed. So you can, tell us a little bit about it. Why not? Take it away.
Starting in July, I will be running a superhero Shenanigans spin-off mini-series called The Book of the Eclipsed. I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to follow up on the Burning King storyline that I kind of hinted at in the episode I ran before. We're going to have some wonderful players, who I'm not sure if I should say who the players are.
You can.
Because I can? Okay. I never know what I can say. We're going to have...
That's why I'm here. I can tell you what you can say.
Well, I don't want to listen to you, though, so it's kind of...
Well, then you're not going to be able to have a game on my channel if you don't want to listen to me, so sorry.
Okay, well, the players are going to be the fabulous Grantathy right down there. It's going to be Jackie, and Tasha. And that's all the important players. So it's a really... And Kate will be there too. Kate's going to be there too.
Crazy
And we're gonna
work.
have a really fun time. So, I don't think we have a date quite set yet, but it's going to be in July here, and I'm really excited to get to run the whole game. And I hope I do well.
And for that scheduling news, hop into our Discord. And that's the first place that I post scheduling once that's figured out. And if you want more context, Superhero Shenanigans issue 5. I am our lore keeper now. All right, Claude, tell me about yourself.
Hello, I am Claude. I have been your game master today. I can be found on Threads and also Blue Sky, and also here on Twitch at Curly Insane Guy. I do little TTRPG streams where I just talk about games, and then I also talk about comics, my other great love, shockingly, I'm sure. And yeah, join in, have a good time, and I will send it to Kate.
That's me. Hi, I'm Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, definitely not Sam. And you can find me cosplaying under that name and posting photos on my socials of that sometimes. But more of my life right now has been spent on Don't Kill My Character, which is this. You found us, you're here, congrats. Let's talk more about things that are happening here. And when I'm finished talking about this, I am going to poll who won our giveaway. So if you haven't entered that and you want to, type giveaway in the chat, the last call. So this Saturday, we're playing the Expanse Quick Start from Free RPG Day from Green Ronin Publishing. Go to your friendly local gaming store, pick up a copy for yourself, and then watch us play it. It'll be a fun time. That is Claude as Game Master, myself and Grant are players, and we are also being joined by Miguel and Bree. And then next Wednesday is a Mutants and Masterminds adventure, not Shenanigans. Alex from Green Ronin Publishing, who ran the Big Scrap 2-shot for us, is coming back, running a Pride Month special. It is called A Pride of Monsters. So that cast, it's part of our Pride celebration. So all queer cast, and it is myself, Grant, Extell, Tasha, and Shannon, not playing our Shenanigans characters, not in Shenanigans universe, but Shenanigans will absolutely ensue. And then, rounding out this amazing month, the busiest month that I think we've had on the channel ever, which I'm very excited about, we have Queer and Quozy, Monday, June 30th. It is a prequel to another series that is going to be starting on Don't Kill My Character soon. I am slightly insane with how many new shows I'm taking on, but I love all the people here too much, and anytime they have an idea, I say yes to it. So, Queer and Quozy, I am game mastering that. We're going to be using the Familiar Quandary rules. No, Familiar's Problem. That was a different game that I did, Familiar Quandary. Anyway, Familiar Problem rules. The session 0 was pure chaos. It's going to be so much silliness. I am so excited. Definitely come check that out. And then, yeah, upcoming shows. We have the Superhero Shenanigans spin-off series. We have Extell and Tasha. We've been talking a little bit about maybe some fangs coming to the channel soon. They're coming soon. There's a planning session for that July 2nd, so we're going to take our fangs out. And I feel like there's something else. I'm not going to say anything else. If there's more, you have to jump into Discord to find it. I'm going to pull our giveaway winners. Here we go, winner. It's one single winner who will be getting the PDFs, and if you don't win, come back because we have more to give out. So come during any Green Ronin stream and you can win stuff. Who's winning this stuff? Dom! Congrats, Dom. You are the winner. I will DM you on Discord for how to redeem those prizes. And thank you to Green Ronin for giving us stuff to give away to you guys. It's very fun. We love it. Also, one final shout out to Jackie. I'm playing the music again. We have a full version of the theme song that is not the loop that I will also put in our Discord. Jump into that Discord, hear the stuff. It's awesome. And with all of that being said, thank you so much to this incredible audience, incredible community, incredible cast, incredible Claude I am just so floored how lucky I am to get to be here and telling so many stories with you all. And I am so excited because there are always more stories to tell. Goodbye, friends. Stick around for the raid.